5, 4, 3, 2, and we're on. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Linux. One. Wait, it didn't work. I mean, it kind of worked. Also, can you see me now? I've got my webcam on finally. Hello, Artifacts of Exile. Hello. Hello, Mrs. and Mrs. Linux. Hello, Billy Bob. We're here. Yes, we can see you. Perfect. See my nice double chin? Perfect. Am I not playing Starfield? Not today. I felt like doing a nice chill little Stardew stream today. I'm still figuring out this whole streaming thing, what I want to do, in what order and what days. Bro, I thought you got at least 30k subs. Not quite, not quite. But we're getting there. We're a fifth of the way, of the way there. Why did you think I have at least 30k subs? Extra luck. Okay, do we want to fish today if we have extra luck? That might be the move, I think, right? If we're extra lucky today, let's fish. Yeah, we're not even gonna water anything. We're just gonna go fishing immediately. Because everything is done so professionally. I know, I know. You'd think so, wouldn't you? Hello, Kobita. How's it going? Everything is done quite professionally, but I have a background in content, so that's why everything is done so professionally. Like I work with YouTubers and stuff, so I've learned a thing or two from them. Also, I keep the cameras here. I keep looking at chat, which is over here. That bit is not so professional right now. You should do a stream where you farm on stream while also playing Stardew Valley. Would that be meta? I'm just farming potatoes as I mean, it would be funny to do a fishing stream. I don't know how to fish. If there's anyone in the Porto region in Portugal and you know how to fish and you want to teach me how to fish, that might be funny to do a fishing stream while also fishing in Stardew Valley. I myself playing Titan Quest now, can't wait for a new PoE 1 League. So I'm debating whether I should continue doing PoE, and I know that you really want to see that. However, I'm a bit concerned that the core audience isn't that much into PoE, and it's a massive investment, like having to learn how to play it. So I'm not sure I'll be doing PoE again. I'll have to see. Nivea Valley IRL live stream when? There's a Nivea Valley? Okay, where is, I'm assuming it's in Germany. Sorry, Nivea. There's a Nivea Valley in Germany somewhere? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I can't look it up because I'm fishing. I'm fishing in real life right now as I fish in Minecraft in Stardew Valley. Nivea Valley is a joke. I don't know, it sounds real. Are you sure it's not real? It sounds like it would be real. I think your core audience was hoping for technical content instead of baby games every day. That's an interesting point. That's an interesting point. The problem with doing technical content is that seems to be going away generally. Like I wanted the streams to be more like a hang out and talk to people. Because if I do technical streams, that means that I have to prepare for every single technical stream, which means that I have to do homework, I have to look things up, I have to practice things, I have to, like, for example, whenever I make a video on programming in C, I have to do a bunch of homework on that, which is why I don't make that many of those videos. And for example, I know that T-Sodding kind of doesn't really like the fact that he has to do live streaming because he dreads having to think of topics for every single video. So I think the streams will just be like hanging out, chatting, and then the videos can be more philosophical, more tech. Although obviously we can talk about tech and philosophy in the actual videos as well, in the streams as well. Yeah, just make a query? I don't know what that is. Not into PoE, more into POV of you playing Stardew Valley from your fishing rod's perspective. Hopefully you mean the fishing rod pointing away. Hopefully that's what you mean. Because that one sounds a little bit sus. That one could be interpreted as a little bit sus. I don't think there is an idea value related to an idea we know and love. Man, I love mega corporations. They're my favorite. PoE 1 has too much information. It is very overwhelming. I mean, because here's the thing. It's the kind of game that I'd play autistically by myself. But when doing streams, you do have to bear in mind that there are other people watching as well. It's not just me playing. So, for example, I love Anarchy Online, which is an MMO that I played religiously for years. But I'm not sure if I should play it on stream because I don't know how many people would care about the game. Although there is now a free version of it, so people could join me in the game. I don't know, that might be an interesting one actually. But that's the reason why I've avoided playing Anarchy Online, even though I love that game. At least playing it on stream. And why I'm fishing instead. Dynamic array guy mentioned. Huh? Oh, the T-Sodding. I really like T-Sodding. I think he makes really good content, but that kind of content, I keep hearing like notifications from the stream and I think it's the fish. Making that kind of content is so difficult because it's like, think about it. It's not just he doesn't just go on stream and start yapping like I do with these streams, right? He has to actively prepare everything. He has to do research. He has to think about, okay, what would the audience like? He has to invest hours upon hours in research. Then he does the actual stream. And then there's still a chance that the audience just doesn't care about the video or the stream. Like I've seen him do streams like that, where clearly he spent so much time and they just didn't do very well. And then he does the whole .net meme and it does really well. So who knows, right? Can we buy a better fishing rod? Is this guy in? Or is he sleeping? Can we go up? It's off limits, okay. I mean, PoE 1 was fun to watch, but I guess for streaming it's better to play what you like. Yeah, there's a combination of that, right? Like I'm still figuring it out. Because it's, like, for example, I think that I need to make more content, like more videos. Because if you want to grow a stream, actually streaming isn't the way to do that. Because the actual audience comes from the videos, not from the actual streams. Oh, I should have drank that. Whatever. That's the thing, right? Like, the audience doesn't come from the streams unless you're already massive. Hello, procrastinauts. How is everybody? I'm doing fantastic. I'm in Portugal right now. My English not that good this to there. Okay. Well, you could always improve it. Like English is not my native language either. Speak Machine streams. Hello, Kira. Yes, I do. I play baby games. Ooh, goo goo gaga. I play baby games like Stardew Valley and Minecraft. He now has a face. Well, contrary to popular belief, I always had a face, you see. That never changed. I always had a face, you just couldn't see it, you see. Yeah, technical videos are crazy, especially if you don't, say, work as an engineer. My channel was all setting up a titty desktop, but that content doesn't last forever. Yeah, I mean, like if you're an engineer, you're kind of in a tricky situation because you are exposed to more information. So it's not like you have to do research necessarily, but you're also exposed to a bunch of information that you can't talk about. So then you're like, you have a job and you're streaming and you have to do homework and you can't talk about the things that you do in and out. So there's probably even more. Like T-sorting doesn't work as an engineer. I think he spoke about the fact that he worked intermittently before. Like he just doesn't like having a job. So he'll work, he'll do some work for a few months, have enough money to live for like 6 months, and then he just won't work. Plot twist: 34-year-old boomer is Russian. I'm not Russian. Well, I mean, I'm Slavic, or I'm partially Slavic. I'm actually Romanian, which is not Russian. Contradictory, which goes against the typical belief. I do not speak Russian. Stardew Valley is big, grown, buff man game. Yes. You move to a farm. You start fishing. You start buying. You start like growing tomatoes and stuff. Bro, where's the fisherman? I want to buy a rod from him. How has he not been here all day? T-sorting could probably work a 500k a year job if he wanted to, if he's willing to get off Russia. Well, that's an interesting point. Let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about it. So, could T-sorting work a $500,000 Reno job a year if he wanted to, like in the Valley or something? And the answer is probably yes. However, money is not a metric for everyone, right? So some people care deeply about money to the point where they would sacrifice anything to make $500,000, which is really more like $250,000 after taxes. So it's not really even $500,000. And then of course you have to live in Silicon Valley and you have to pay rent and like you're not left with much. Like 500k, you're middle class in San Francisco. You're not rolling in the dough, right? But he's made it very clear that he likes his freedom. So he doesn't want to work full time. And I guess streaming is a really good middle point for that, where he can do programming recreationally and he doesn't have to go to a job. And to be clear, I might do programming on these streams. Like I have programming video games that I would love to do. So I might do that. Just it's not going to be the main focus. I don't think it's the metro anymore. You know, if you look at the Primogen, he started off doing gaming originally. He got a bigger audience with programming, but then he doesn't really do programming anymore. He might occasionally, but his thing is talking about tech and AI news, because that's just what gets more views. United Kingdom of Romania, I see. Yes, that is precisely it. It's a lesser known country. Russian man spy laying low in Portugal, laughing as a streamer. Prove me wrong. Oh my God. Bro, how are you 34 years old? You look like my uncle, and I'm 36 already. No offense, by the way. I'll tell you what it is. So it's two things, right? It's my voice and it's my white hair primarily. Oh wow, look at that. So my white hair confers a sort of, it gives me a kind of wisdom, right? Like people see white hair and they can't think anything but old person. Also, my voice is quite deep and quite rich, and that will also give you the impression of maturity. So I think that's what makes me, because my skin, I don't have the skin of like a 60-year-old. In fact, when I don't have, like when my hair is shaved, I have a baby face. He could work for 2 or 3 years, go back to Russia and do whatever he wants. Sure, theoretically, but you're forgetting that money isn't real. Money is kind of like monopoly money. So that money could be taken away for any reason at any point, right? I got a mechanical keyboard recently. It's very nice, but louder than membrane. They're very loud. They're very fun. I don't currently have mine with me because it's massive, and like carrying it takes up like a fifth of my luggage or something. So I'm using my laptop keyboard right now. Bigger audience of gooners. I mean, most people watching streams are gooners, so it's okay. We accept you, it's fine. T-sorting is mid IMO. In what way? Do you not think his content is technical enough? Do you just not find them interesting, or what? What do you mean by mid? Yeah, average programmer. I mean, if he's an average programmer, then most programmers are just doomed. If he's an average programmer. You a carrier of a rare gene ? Well, I know that on both sides of my family, we tend to go grey or white very, very early. So I met my great-grandfather. I met multiple of my great-grandparents because we also lived for a long time. But my great-grandfather his hair was pure white at 30. If anything, I'm behind. I need to catch up. I live in Germany since 1996 and I know 3 languages. Not sure if at some point we have to go back to Russia, even though we have German ancestors. Going to be an English, German teacher, maybe. Would you go voluntarily, or would you have to be made to go back? Why did you shave that off? You are Norwood 1, Norwood 2, absolute worst. It was kind of thin in the back here, and I'm a bit impulsive, and I've been working on that for a long time. But sometimes, I didn't put the fish in the thing. I didn't put the fish in the thing. Whatever, it's fine. I can be a bit impulsive, and I've worked on that. But I just got the impulse to shave my head, and I just did it. I do regret doing it, and it's fine. I'll just grow it back. It just takes a bit of time. It's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I think it's the white hair. I remember when I was like 10 or 11, I had such heavy sunburn. I was brown as hell, and my hair turned really bright blonde. Well, my hair was dark blonde before it went white, and obviously it was very blonde when I was a kid. So I got that as well. T-Sorting said he's as efficient in Vim as he is in Emacs. I mean, he uses both a lot, so I believe him. I have no reason to not believe him. Also, I think he's a fantastic engineer. Like, I don't think... I've seen a lot of engineers, and I don't think most engineers are anywhere near his level. Like, if he's cooked, then we're all done. We all might as well just start farming carrots if he's a mid-engineer. What do you mean by money is not real? Can you elaborate? And do you intend to say that it's impossible to make a ton of money, stop working and just keep on living off the money like Notch SH did? Do you mean Notch? Money isn't real in the sense that it's not backed by anything. You can look up 1970s, gold reserves, blah, blah, blah. Money is just numbers in a spreadsheet. It's useful. And if you live on a prison planet like we do, it's useful, but you shouldn't pretend like it's really yours, because it isn't. Someone can just type something in a terminal and you no longer have any money. And so if he goes to America and works for 3 years and makes 300 grand, at any point, some government, maybe maybe the US government, I don't know, decides that, you know what, we don't want foreign nationals that were born in Russia to have this money, so we'll just take it away. What recourse would he possibly have, right? And just like how they froze assets of Russian oligarchs, like they can just do whatever. So you can like it if you like freedom, the idea of going somewhere and slaving for 3 years to save enough money to theoretically live forever isn't appealing when you know that things can be done to then take that away from you and you wouldn't have any recourse. And I'm sure that he's done that math in his head very likely. He's considered, okay, if I go do this, am I going to have anything to show for it by the end? And of course, he doesn't know that for sure. So he's not going to... I suspect that that's probably one of the reasons why he didn't do it. Also, living off the land forever and that kind of stuff, I'm a very big fan of that. I think that it's doable to some degree. You can definitely augment your living like that. You might still have to make some money because you have to pay taxes and property taxes and stuff. But the problem with like fire people, right? People who want to just retire when they're 30, the problem is that you're making a bunch of assumptions. You're assuming that because the stock market performed a certain way, it's going to continue to perform that way. You know, they always say, if you invested every year, assuming a percentage of X percent, right, return, that's a bunch of assumptions that you're making. And so if you do want to go the fire route, you want to keep your skills sharp in case you might have to return to the workforce or whatever. Probably we're going to be forced to go back because of demographic stuff here. And by the way, I think for a smaller YouTuber, your stream audience is very, very active. I think it's the autism. It makes people very, very active. But yeah, the reason why they're so active is because I've been making content for quite some time. And so the people who join my stream have been watching me for like months at least. So we already have a bit of rapport. Also, they're very cool, and they have the sweetest kind of autism. So that's why they are very active. I know. I'm very fortunate to have that. Sophie says, "Hey, I think you're giving advice to someone." I am. Someone asked a question. Did you read my chat? No, I did. By the way, I am new to your stream. Hello, Sophie. Welcome. I hope you enjoy us talking about computers and politics while playing a kids game. Did you meet Genitalia in Mines yet? She sells really good swords. I can't believe I fell for that yesterday. Genitalia. Oh my god. I clipped it on Twitch. It was quite funny. So you read really good swords as well. That's funny. So you can't really exploit the system and get off. You have to actually participate to profit from the benefits it offers. I think that there is some sort of middle ground. I very much sounds very interesting. Thank you. I think that there's a way in which you can be somewhat independent. Because we live on a prison planet, everyone is enslaved to some degree, right? And I think that there is, like, I very much like T-Sorting's idea of not working all the time necessarily, but working for periods of time and saving up as much as you can. Plus, you can also get a lot better by doing that, right? Because if he spends a lot of that time actually improving your programming, he's going to improve at a rate that most programmers aren't, because most programmers are just doing whatever they have to at work, right? But I think that there is if you can make money online, like this is one of the reasons why I put so much effort in content. This is why I make multiple videos a week, stream pretty much every day, and I also freelance as a video editor on top of that. One of the reasons why I do it is because I think that there is a way in which I can be relatively free, where I can make content and do that remotely while also reducing my costs as much as possible to the point where, like there's a dream of living in a cabin with your family, wife, 10 kids, you get Starlink or something so you have good internet, and you also, are you Bogdan from Romania? I've met you in Bucharest. I mean, I am from Romania, I've been to Bucharest. I don't know if we've met, maybe. I haven't been to Bucharest in a long time though. So I think you can do that, but your income has to be online. Luke Smith is right about fiat, petrodollar. I was thinking about this the other day. The only thing you really own in this world is your body, and it's the greatest investment you can make. Yes, your health. I'm happy that I've learned this before I completely destroyed my health. Your body is the only thing that you really sort of own, that you can say that you own. You don't really own anything else. It's imaginary, right? Like you own your house until the government says that you don't own it anymore, and then you just don't own it. You learn that you don't actually own it. Like if you look at Romania before the communists, I'm sure that every Romanian who owned a house believed that they owned their house until the Communist Party showed up and they said, yeah, we now own your house, and if you refuse to accept that, we're going to use violence against you. And then you'll realize that we actually own your house and not you. So you don't actually own a lot. And your health is the one thing that you have. And I'm working so hard on improving it, it's not even funny. You should really do jigsaw puzzles on stream. They seem very autismo. That might be, I'm playing Order of the Sinking Star, which is pretty autismo. We can always play some more of that, but I think jigsaw puzzles might be funny as well. Nice. Unfortunately, I made a very bad experience with one streamer that is a bit popular in the metal scene, and I unfortunately donated $5 to him, and he banned me from his Discord for disagreeing with him. I said, okay, I don't get much money, but I got $5 left this month, and I'm donating it to you. But yeah, I should have spent it here. Okay, so let's get something straight. If you only have $5 left, do not give it to a streamer. Keep it for yourself. As appreciated as $5 would be, if you only have $5, do not give it to a streamer. That was your first mistake. Now, I don't think I'd ever ban anyone for, like, the only reason why I'd ever ban someone is if they were actively doing something that could get me banned, or if their chats were just disrupting the stream, right? So someone disagreeing with me is fine. I don't mind. Someone saying that they disagree with me and being very vocal about it is also fine. But if their chats were very persistent and they were disrupting the flow of the stream, I might time them out a little bit, but I would never outright ban someone because they disagree with me. That seems a bit much. Yeah, my name is Dixon. We met at Gara de Nord. You were really tall in person. We only talked for a little bit. No hard feelings if you don't remember. Yeah, Dixon, I remember you. It was a very fun conversation. How many years are you old? I'm 34 years old, but I have white hair and a very commanding voice, and thus I appear to be older. My parents both lived through communism in Russia, and my mom has a very romantic memory of it while my father despises it. Yeah, it depends on how well you had it. My granddad had a very high position, and he was very well off as a result. So he remembers he has a very romantic notion of it, because he was better off than most people. But my parents do not have a good memory of it in general. Their memory is waiting in line for hours to get milk. That's how society works. Shared illusions, actual physical reality does not matter lol. It's like we build layers on top of reality to collaborate. The rule writers are the powerful humans, powerful in the perspective of the system. They write the rules. Yeah, I mean, and even then, like I don't think that there's anyone on this planet who is truly free. I think that even the richest, most powerful people, they're still, to some degree, they're still bound by some rules. Really admiring a nomad lifestyle, a remote job is the only way forward. Everything else is slavery to the office, slavery to the country you live in. A loser in life is someone who is something it cuts off. I think that if you can work remote, you should. I think that if I worked in person in London, I would be paid more as a video editor, but I think I make less as a freelancer, but I can travel, and that absolutely makes up for it. If I had an opportunity where I could get a really good spot in London for programming, I might say yes to that for a few years. But freedom is 100% the way to go. The collective constructs belong to them. Well, it's always been like that. There's always been people in charge. All you can do is just try and live your life and have fun. It's never been any different, really. If anything, we have more freedom now than ever before. I'm not saying that things are better, because things are worse in some regards compared to the past. But at least I have geographic freedom, at least for now. CK without options, nothing worse than being enslaved by your fellow men. We all live on a prison planet. Everyone's enslaved. You have to do something really stupid to get banned from a chat, especially from this one. I don't know. I've seen people get banned for basically no reason on other people's stuff. On mine, I think I'm spoiled. I think my chat, I'm about to glaze chat right now. I think my chat is particularly smart, a lot smarter than most chats, because of the whole computer nerd angle, right? So I think that, like, for example, when someone in chat goes a bit too far, I'll just tell them, like, let's calm down, that was a bit too far or something. And they get it, and they go, okay, cool, right? I've never had to ban anyone, at least not yet. So that I've been very lucky in that regard. It wasn't on a stream. I wouldn't disrupt a stream, to be honest. I always feel like I'm spamming. No, it's cool. It's cool. I enjoy, like, the reason why I stream is to talk to people. Like, if everyone was just quietly watching me ramble and I wasn't talking to anyone, this wouldn't be as fun. So you're a full-time streamer, or you stream only for fun? I'm trying to become a full-time streamer. I make YouTube videos. And the fact that because I make content on YouTube, that's where I have an audience. Like, that's why there are, like, I don't know, like 12 people or something watching right now, despite having very few followers on Twitch. I would love to be a full-time streamer. That'd be fantastic. Bogdan, if you were still in London, you would have multiple sharp cooking utensils. Bruh. Okay, let's calm down with that meme. Let's calm down with that meme. By the way, are you also streaming on any other platform? Yeah, your chat looks very active. Yeah, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. There should be like a thing in the top left where it shows how many viewers per platform. Stardew Machine, yes. A very intellectual stream. Very big chungus, big-brained intellectual stream. Sounds interesting. Yeah, I mean, I hope to make this a full-time thing, but you can't. You have to do it for fun until it becomes a full-time thing. Your cadence is off today. You sound like Werner Herzog today. Your German is coming out. Well, secretly German this entire time. I've been practicing saying Nivea a bit too much, so that's why. Also, I might actually have some German ancestry. I know I have ancestry from a part of Poland called Silesia, and apparently that's essentially mostly ethnic Germans. So I could very well have some German ancestry. We should head back, it's getting kind of late. He's on Feet Finder as well. What is? I don't even want to look that up. Feet Finder? I don't. Are you a shill for them? Are they paying you to advertise them? Nivea Starfield Valley stream. Yes. I still need to add the funny meme in the corner with Nivea. That might be funny. What is the story behind German enclaves in Eastern Europe? They look like random splotches and not one continuous area. I'm fully EE Eastern European, but have blonde hair and blue eyes. Nivea sales rep, genitalia, #1 rep. Well, you can be Eastern European and have blonde hair and blue eyes. There's nothing preventing you from having those things in Eastern Europe. In fact, they're very common. There's a lot of, like, for historical reasons, you have a bunch of German enclaves. So you have one so Transylvania is a German/Hungarian enclave. There's a lot of Germans there who, I guess some of them still speak, they speak like, it sounds like High German. They were brought in to work as tradesmen. So that's how they got there. I want to give you some advice. So if you agree with that, so I will continue. Okay, what kind of advice would you like to give me? Can't hear the game sound. Really? Okay, can anyone else confirm that there's no audio? If someone else can confirm that, I can look into it in a sec. Okay, I want to go. You need to take feed for. There is no audio. Okay, let me try something quick. What about now? Is there audio now? You need to take feed photos at 45 degrees angle with ample lighting. Be sure to spray your toes. You will be paid more. Or if you are comfortable, so we can talk on any other platform if you think your chat got disturbed because of me. No, it's okay, Sophie. What kind of advice do you want to give me? The Mass Effect stream wasn't even that bad, to be honest. What do you mean? Of course it wasn't that bad. It was great. Face purple crying. Why are you crying, Frank? Gaze why you laughing, bruh. Buonasera, my man. It is a delight to see your bald head. Thank you, Hula. Very wholesome. Bogdan, Sophie is an Indian bot scammer. Do not click on. I wouldn't click on any links. I just want to see what's going to happen. Just recreate the audio with your mouth. Do. So I gather there's still no audio. So let me just restart Stardew Valley. This is what happens when you're poor and you buy a MacBook to stream. It's a little bit janky, so you have to look at the account. It was created today. Yeah, just make sound effects with your mouse. Screw the in-game audio. Excuse me, I'm not here for sharing any links here. I don't know. Let's see, Sophie. Tell me what it is that you want to what advice you want to give me. Also, the audio should be working now, right? Question mark. Oh, okay, but actually not yet. It's not working yet because I didn't actually share the screen. One sec. So it's not going to be any audio yet until I do this. Like this, and then. There should be audio now. I can hear it now. Perfect. Okay, let's go back deep into the mines. Let me know if the volume is good. Yep, perfect. Are you a programmer? I tried going for Godot because I'm doing music and sounds, and I want to maybe try and get a foot in the gaming industry by creating and implementing a sound. I am a recreational programmer. I do it for fun. Although it might be nice to go professional at some point. Also, I am aware of Godot. I've never used it, but I did used to work as a sound designer. The volume is excellent, perfect. Bogdan is actually a sound engineer. Yes, I did that for a few years. I realized that there were mines like 50 hours into the game. I came across them by accident as well. It was a very magical moment when that happened. I was playing Diablo all of a sudden. Couldn't believe. Can you believe that they put Diablo in Farmville? Can you believe it? I know, I couldn't believe it either. Oh no, it's pupating. It's going to turn into a flying boy. Oh no, I hate these things. I genuinely hate these things so much. He is a programmer, a C programmer. C is very based. Damn nice. My whole channel is about music and I couldn't get really into mastering for a very long time. Mastering is a bit of a meme. I remember struggling. I have a music degree, so I had to do a bit of that. I used to do like metal music and stuff, so I had to do a bit of mastering, although I haven't done it in years. So I'd probably be very bad at it, at least initially. Wish I used Godot for my uni project where I chose to make a game. Unity is way too bloated. I would love to kind of make a game at some point based on one of my books, but I think I'd make my own engine just to really push the Autismo. What DAWs software did you use? I used Pro Tools, Reaper, Logic, and I think a bit of Ableton at some point. Godot is good or more based is Love 2D, more based is Raylib. More based is making your own engine. I'm a construction worker developing a text adventure RPG in Bash, very based. I have no idea what I'm doing, but love watching your show so I can laugh as a programmer. This is like a lot of fun actually, making a text adventure game in Bash. I wonder, can you have dynamic like dungeon generation in Bash? Maybe, right? I assume so. Mastering is about having very good studio and taste. Yeah, you need to be able to know that you're getting the right audio coming through. That's like headphones aren't that good. You have to have like proper monitors and proper studio space, and yeah, it was. I did Foley, sound design, mastering for a while. What? Oh my god! I was looking at chat, didn't notice I was being attacked. What if the game is too loud for me, but he's a bit too quiet? Is that the case? I can adjust it. Triple more based is assembly like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yes. Oh my god, that's so based. Incredibly based. Bogdan, would you let your community contribute to your engine? Maybe? The thing is, like, I need to have it first to know if that would be a good idea or not. In principle, yes. Hey, I sent my message I was checking by AutoMod. Let me just double check. Got a Twitch. Oh, there's missing logo panel. I know I don't have a logo panel yet. I'll do it at some point. If you want to offer me a logo or panel, I'm not currently interested. Reaper is one of the best pieces of software, period. Reaper is amazing. Reaper is fantastic. I used Reaper so much. I actually have, I still sell sound effects libraries, and I edited and prepared all of them in Reaper, I believe. Game is loud, turn up for voice. Wait, so the game is loud? Okay. Let me bring down the game audio. How about now? Is that better? Artifacts, Fruity Loops is great for making beats. I probably wouldn't use Reaper for that, but for any audio really mixing, Reaper is goated. Man, I used to use Fruity Loops as well for a while. Already have it, Big Daddy. I start with the size of rows and columns, pick a random one, then breed rooms off of that. They check for borders or previous rooms and grow like a virus until max rooms. This sounds very cool. What, Reaper? Something, yeah, there's a software called Reaper for audio editing. The hashtag is Mass Effect still. Oh my god. That's is that on Twitch or is that on YouTube? Professional stream right here. Where's the? I assume it's on YouTube, right? Let me just check. There's just like how the audio how the streaming software works. It kind of messes it up a little bit. Let me just fix that very quickly. Yeah, you got an ad. It's very funny. I set into like minimal amount of ads. Very nice. I like when you farm in the Massive Effect. Can you farm in Mass Effect? I can't remember. I think you might be able to. That might be very wholesome if you could. Yeah, but I'm doing metal with it. I used to do metal. I mean, I still listen to metal sometimes. It is Mass Effect. Oh my god. Stardew Valley. There we go. Yeah. Save. There we go. That's fixed now. It's very wholesome and fixed now. You can write Lua scripts for Reaper. You can also script entire audio plugins. You can do Lua for Reaper. Very interesting. Entire audio plugins with JSFX. Okay, that's sure. I'm here to never force you, and I'll only give you my opinion, and yes or no is your right, so there is no pressure. Thank you, Sophie. Also doing dark synth stuff. That I didn't do. YouTube, yep, already fixed it. I just want to introduce myself to you. I appreciate it, Sophie, but I don't need art right now. Mass machine. Yes, very true. I've got a lot of mass, as you can see. You cannot farm in Mass Effect. That is very unfortunate. I am disappointed beyond all measure, and my day is ruined. Think Fruity Loops Studio supports Python scripts. That's very cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. Ew, JS is bad. He says, well, he codes in JS at his job. I mean, I've never touched. I've done a little bit of JavaScript for fun, but I do know people who do have to do JavaScript all day at work. Very unfortunate. Oh my! Oh, they keep coming. Okay, just go downstairs. JSFX is not JavaScript. JSFX is JavaScript. Lua vomit emoji. JSFX is a bad name for what it is. Nobody talks about it, but it's a full DSP scripting language. Very awesome. Very cool. Valley Machine. Beyond all measure. Yes, I am referencing that meme. Dude, IRL farming stream at your grandparents' Bogdan Romania arc was best arc. Portugal too hot. Portugal's not that hot. I mean, I'm in Porto. I think the ocean breeze makes it more bearable. Ableton just added an API for scripting as well. I mean, I get that. If you're enough of a nerd to use Ableton, you're probably enough of a nerd to do a bit of scripting. Like I have a lot of friends who are music nerds who also do a bit of scripting in Python, especially now with the LLMs. JSFX is just JS. So off topic, are you like rich AF, hence you chilling randomly at an Airbnb in France? I am nowhere near being rich, my guy. People don't understand just how doable this is if you make a little bit of money and it's remote. So let me give you an example. When I was in France, right? If you rent an Airbnb, if you rent a room for a month, you get a heavy discount on quite a lot of places. So in France, in Le Mans, before the Le Mans race started, I paid £350. It's about 400 and something dollars, maybe $450 for a month to stay there. If your food, let's say 200 to 300 euros, you have to take a flight every 3 months. So that's like maybe 150 euros, so 50 a month. You might take an Airbnb here and there. If you can make 1,000 euros a month and you can hold on to that, and if you can make 1,000 euros after tax, you can travel through Europe pretty much full time. Especially if you avoid places that are in season. So typically I spend about £700 to £800 a month on rent, food, and travel. So it's super doable. If you can do remote, of course. He has remote work with clients, yes. He's rich AF, but trust no cap, but he's too generous, he wouldn't admit it. I am not rich, my guy. It's just a low IQ to understand the digital nomadism. Stardew Valley Legendary Edition, yes. He edits for a YouTuber with 8 million subs. That is, well, I can't confirm or deny their number of subs, but it's not 8 million. I honestly can't imagine a handsome 6'4" guy with a platinum hair not being rich. Oh, you'd be surprised. I'm nowhere near being rich. Apparently the AIs are good at making workable VST plugins. I'm sure that people are trying to do that. Gaze, you're gonna play some Minecraft later? Or you guys are planning a bit of, okay, I guess the realm is always live, so you can always play. Bogdan uses public toilets as temporary spawn points. Oh my god. That's not a good comment to pause on. That is not a good comment to pause on. Let's eat some of this stuff. Uses public toilets as temporary spawn points as digital nomad is super easy. Yes, it is super easy actually. But people don't understand just how easy it is. You don't have to be rich to do it. You just have to make money online. Gatekeep it, Bogdan. If everyone does it, no one can do it. Most people can't do it. Most people don't want to make money remote. Most people can't make money remote. And even most people who do make money remote, they're afraid to travel. So he's the lost son of Nika, of someone, the Russian singer. Of course he's rich. I don't know who that is. $10 from Wes Effects. Here you go, you poor peasant. Can we get some clapping emojis for Wes? Wes Effects. Let's go. That's. I suppose I'm a bit less of a poor peasant now. I am $10. I hope that showed up on stream. I think it did, right? The delay this stream is definitely lower than the last stream. Yes, that's because I made Yes, let's go. That's because I made a point of doing that. Hey, I sent you a message and I never write any messages. I only ask for permission and mod checking the messages if you read it. Pretty sure the message. Okay, sent you a message. So I can see your message. I've approved it, but oh, so you got bonked by the bot. That's funny. But I'm not interested in getting art done right now. Yeah, so now I am less of a poor peasant. I'm a slightly less poor peasant. I appreciate it. Thank you. What do you think of renting instead of mortgage? Habitable places are becoming quickly uninhabitable. Doesn't seem like a good investment when the price is out of your control and hostage by other people. I love a tight comment back feedback loop. So do I. I love a tight feedback loop. So I'm not a huge fan of mortgages. I would personally never take one out. I'm not judging anyone who would, but the idea of having to pay someone money for the next 30, 50 years, and if I miss like a couple of payments, I lose what I paid in, that doesn't sound like a good idea to me. What I'm hoping to do is to... Am I getting attacked? I can't see the bat, it's so dark. Although I think it's supposed to be dark. That's part of the gameplay. So what I'm hoping to do is to save up enough money to build a very simple house somewhere kind of remote, somewhere in Europe, very likely. Oh my god. Like, I don't want to have a big mansion. I don't even want to have a car, really. I want to just have a simple home, good internet, so I can make content, stream, program, whatever. And so I'm renting right now because I'm traveling around. I'm trying to find, I want to see what these places feel like. I want to see what northern Portugal feels like, what northern France feels like, what Finland feels like, so that when I make a bit more money, I can just buy some land, build a very simple house. Gonna get on in a couple of hours maybe. See you, Frong. How much do you bench? I don't bench. I don't think that lifting weights is particularly good. Bogdan is looking for a face painting artist currently in Portugal. Sophie is one of the Discord bots that randomly messages you to introduce his or her art. Okay, I tell you everything now. I have to go take care of yourself. Okay, Sophie. I have noticed that there is people on Twitch who will do that. I literally said this as soon as I saw Jay-hon in the name. Well, I can't assume that someone is going to try and sell me something. I still interact with them, and if that's the case, then, you know. They can't spell a simple name right. Speak owns nothing and is happy. Speak, what kind of bug are you having for lunch? I'm also in the pod right now, as you can tell. Play my autistic bash game on stream and it's complete for some anti-AI horrible construction worker coding experience. Do not forget me or I'll break your kneecaps. I'll tell you what, send me a link to it when it's ready and I might play it. I can't promise that I'll play it. But if we can make it into an interesting stream, then I might play it. Just warlord, max, and slave useful people and have them work for you. I am big enough that if the year was like 700, I probably would be a very good warlord. You should build it yourself because it's very base. I wouldn't mind that with sticks and stones. But what if they break my bones? I would very much love to build a simple shelter myself with my own hands, like my great grandfather did. Unironically, he built his house with his own hands. Like, I've actually been looking at using Adobe to build traditional Romanian houses. So much like many other traditional houses, Romanian houses were built using adobe, not the company, the material. And I was looking at it, and apparently in Romania, it is currently still legal to build with adobe. The house can only be so big, but you can still build with adobe bricks if you want. And to make adobe, you just need clay and sometimes straw, and you can make your own adobe bricks. So I've actually been looking into this, unironically. Frong is not Frong, is for real, on God. That's what Gaze's name means. My dad has rebuilt our garden house, but there is only base electricity for a fridge. It's okay, Sophia, I'm okay. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to, like, I wouldn't need much electricity. I would just need, I would have solar panels. Because I would really just need to power a few laptops, a fridge, a freezer. You know, what else do you need? I might have to do laundry by hand, like washing clothes by hand. But because I've been thinking about this, right? Like, people complicate their lives like crazy with modern conveniences. Like, it's like putting clothes in a washing machine is a convenience, but it's inconvenient the moment it breaks, and you have to keep paying for it forever. Play the operator. I can have a look at it. I think I've looked at it. Let me quickly make the operator game. Imagine this, Bogdan. You are the open step horseback with a saber as long as the average human, galloping at your enemies over 40 kilometers per hour and sever them in half. That would be me if the year was 700, yes. Bro needs a $100 subscription to build a house? I don't know what that means. Stupid laws to oppress smart people so they can slave away for stupid parasites. Yeah, I mean, society is kind of lopsided right now, where smart people are being farmed to essentially keep everyone else alive, pretty much. Which is why things aren't really working anymore. Hey, what's up? Can you reply me on chat because my headset are not working? Okay, so now I know that that's a scam because I've had the no headset not working thing before. Adobe House is not owned by the. Oh, I see. Yes, I need to. Yes, that's the subscription. I get it now. Yes. He means clay brick house Adobe for some gentrified term made up from influencers nowadays. Yeah, so Adobe is one of the oldest materials that you can use. It's really good at heat, like insulation, so we can retain heat or cold, and it's like free AC essentially. It's not as efficient, obviously, but it's passive. A garden we pay rent for once a year. It's only for gardening. We live for rent in a multi-apartment house. Oh, I see. The UK has a lot of that, where people have a little spot where they can garden, but you know they live in an apartment or something, but they have a little spot that they can go and they can LARP as gardeners for a bit. It's very wholesome. Green energy based AF, very much so. Hey, now I have to go. Enjoy your gaming. We will find each other later. Bye. See you, Sophie. There was a book written a while ago before the AI bubble for 2020s. Can't remember the name, but the premise was some dude did some research on major companies and only 3% of the workers were needed. I think I know the book that you're talking about. For it to be functional, the other 97% could be fired and weren't needed, but were kept as bloat. Yes, so that's a brutal statistic, but it feels true to me personally. Having worked in places, I know that's true. The vast majority of people at any organization don't really do much. That is a very unfortunate reality. But here's the thing. So the conclusion of that isn't that we can fire everyone. Because if you fire everyone, then society collapses. So it appears that there's some amount of people that have to be kind of kept in these like imaginary jobs, because the alternative is that everything collapses, and that would not be very wholesome chungus. You changed the thumbnail for the Linux Fanboy video. I did. I'm experimenting with different thumbnails because my last 2 videos didn't do very well, so I'm experimenting with that. The fact that it costs nothing kind of makes it infinitely efficient. If you mean the Adobe, yes. People thought 80/20 was bad until 97.3 walks in, 100%. There are degrees to it, right? But there is truth to the huge percentage of people, or like small percentage of people contribute the most to a system. There is a lot of truth to that. It might be unfortunate, but it's just how the world works. Truly BP. I don't know what that means. Papa, are there Papa? Are you Papa? Hello, BTKB. Look, you can recognize my double chin. That's how you know it's me. Yes, we finally have a webcam going at the worst possible angle in a dimly lit room as the sun sets. 97% of society needs to be given for make work jobs, so they don't go being crazy. What a world we live in. Yeah. I mean, when you abstract, because in the past humans had to make their own food and stuff, but when you abstract that away, you have some number of people that just have to be kind of kept around. Mr. Beast and other big YouTubers would run through 100 different thumbnails every 10 minutes to maximize views, as YouTube now rewards it. Usually I do free thumbnails and free titles, and YouTube auto switches them around. I just didn't do one for that one. My net is not very wholesome chungus. Are you buffering? Are you buffering? Slave and cattle are the only naughty words I use nowadays because it's sadly true. Double chin Bogdan, that's like one chin max Kappa. They've unified. Well, I'm losing weight, so the chins are improving. I feel better now I see my Romanian papa. Where is Crown 1? Is that something that got... Unless that got converted to an emoji without intending to, I'm not sure what that means. I don't think the entire percentage of people who would turn violent unless they were starving, but there definitely is an African proverb about young men burning down the village to feel its warmth. That's a danger if you lie to people, right? Which is what's happening right now. You tell young men that, hey, just work hard, you'll be rewarded, you'll have a wife and a family and a house and blah, blah, blah. And then the reality is far more complicated. And so if young men don't have these things, then bad things tend to happen. Flower dance, find the partner. Bro, this is Autismo Farms. I'll bring my cat. I know why people feel entitled to others people's work or survival. You're a parasite at that point, Bobby. Romanian Barbies breastfeed on copper wire carpet. It's true that there is a huge amount of people who just don't do anything. And I don't know what the solution to that is. Because I don't want to go down the path of deleting people because they're not useful, because that's a very dangerous path to go down. But where is Romanian Mama? You don't have one, sorry, you never did. You were a miracle birth. The guy who stole my crown for #1 chatter. Oh, I think it's #1 if you comment first on a stream, not if you have the most comments. In which case that'll be Bobby, I believe. You guys stole my crown. I'm always #1 and I have the most chats. Yeah, I think it means number one is in like the first person to comment on the stream. Find a partner Sigma machine. I'm working on it. I mean alpha machine. I'm definitely working on it. So I just sprayed water all over my MacBook. Hopefully that doesn't result in anything bad. Let me just... Okay, I think there's a couple of drops. I think we're good. Is this a good POV? Is this good? Okay, I think... Oh my god, I think we're good. Hopefully my MacBook doesn't start to smoke. Wait, you birthed me? From where, Papa? From where? Honestly, start claiming other people as property verbally. If you pay more tax than they do, you're relying on your tax paper money the same way a slave is. People need to be called what they are. I don't know if that would go down very well. I opted out of chat leaderboard. Oh, okay. I think the US military could probably function as better jobs program than whatever the UK does with its welfare system, for example. Welfare is not the best system because people just kind of get lost in that system, right? We got a backpack. Like if you just live on the bennies for decades, you're just kind of done. Like you're never gonna do anything. You're never gonna learn anything. At that point, like I don't know what's the point of being around, really. And I don't mean that you should be productive or there's no point in you existing. I mean, those people just watch TV and eat food all day. Like, there's so many examples of this in the UK, and it's not good. It's not good for them. It's not good for society. It's not good for anyone involved. Does BTK get bonus XP for being a mod? I have no clue. Maybe? Damn, okay, then I wasn't number one. Not for this stream, I don't think. The water has electrolytes. Your MacBook is living. It's for plants, grave. Nobody believes in any institution anymore, so it's not an easy answer of jobs program. I mean, that's also another thing. Like, people are so demoralized and so just done. That's another problem. I don't know what jobs programs could do realistically. Oh, it's the amount of XP someone has activity in chat. Wes has the crown, but he isn't in the chat anymore. Maybe because he donated? Is that how it works? CSP, see ya, Billy. Bogdan, did you ever see the JoJo meme where Joseph makes one uniform from two regular soldiers' uniforms? I don't know what that is. I feel you would do that IRL with a normal person's clothes. There's not enough self-reliance. People live to exist off others. Parasites. How many people want to shovel manure for money, etc.? I think we've just had it very good for a very long time, and people become very soft when that happens. He says as he makes money remotely editing videos. I don't know. I'm not going to claim that I know what the solution to this problem is. What I will say is that I'm very reticent to suggest solutions, primarily because the inevitable solution is always just like reduce the number of people, and that's a very dangerous precedent to set. I think I need torches. There's no way. I think this part of the dungeon is just dark naturally. Yeah, Wes has around 500 XP and I have 150 or so because he donated, but it's fine. I mean, it makes sense for YouTube to incentivize people to donate, right? So it makes sense that he would have more XP if you donate. I think that's pretty sensible. I was born into a depression. The economy hasn't recovered since the 2008 crash, which has nuked the world economy. Yeah, I mean, 2008 was kind of a turning point for a lot of places. It's just how it is. Not much I can do about that, really. They were given loans with interest rates that were 25%. HVAC engineers would make a fortune in Europe, somehow the most civilized continent, but doesn't have AC. Makes sense, Kappa. Well, they want to basically ban it. Like London is actively telling people to remove their AC right now. So, in the middle of a heat wave. Yeah, I mean, 2008, the depression was because of predatory loans, pretty much. Some people saw it coming, but it was mostly just people giving out predatory loans to people who could not afford them. It's a systemic issue that can't be pinned totally on free choice of the will. It is a very complicated problem, yeah. And we love to simplify things. I mean, I agree that most people not doing anything is a problem. I just don't know what the solution is. Went to free HVAC class at community college. Now my job is to build stuff. What kind of stuff do you build, if you don't mind me asking? How can they ban AC? How authoritarian? Come and take it. What's the talk about? What do you mean? How can they ban AC? Well, they can just send bobbies to your house and tell you to remove it. I believe in Australia they can turn it off remotely. That the government, don't quote me on this, do not quote me on this, but I've heard that in Australia the government can just remotely shut off your AC. Which if you have smart power, of course they can. What would stop them from doing that? HVAC is an AC engineer. Yeah, I know what HVAC is. What if I gave out the predatory loans? Am I the bad guy? Well, yeah. You are the bad guy. But it's okay. As long as you give me money, it's fine. It's a problem if you don't give me money. So if you don't give me money, you're a bad person for giving out bad loans. But if you do give me money, I approve of the bad loans and I want my cut. How crazy, just have electric everything, bro. Trust me, it says that the environment ignore the back doors we put into the stuff or remotely misbehave, Cal Kappa. There's a bit of that, yeah. Everyone moving to electric is crazy. I have AC, I will bribe the bobbies with a paid sub to your channel. Very wholesome. Where would Australia do that? Because they can. Assuming that's true, I'd have to double check this. But theoretically, any country, if you have smart meters, any country could just shut off your power if they wanted to. So that's true in theory at least. Large AC systems in walking fridges. Okay. Oh, is that what you build? I see. Very cool. Australia is a giant prison camp. It unironically is. I've spoken to an Australian who was traveling. I met him at an Airbnb, and we were talking about how Australia started as a prison colony. They were a penal colony. And many of the people who live there still have like a prisoner mentality, even generations later. And so a lot of them, according to him, a lot of them just want to live like that. They want to be imprisoned essentially. It's very, very not wholesome which is very not wholesome Kappa. Very not wholesome. They closed off flights during COVID and you couldn't leave your house. Yeah, you'd have to send photos to the police of where you are randomly during the day. I remember that. In a heat wave, I keep my freezer and fridge and AC on full. Also, all windows open for a breeze also. Aren't you in the UK? Do they let you have AC over there? Germany is a giant bad place. You get slightly less euros on welfare than you do working full-time minimum wage. That's not great because it incentivizes people to just not work. Why does BTKB have a shield near him? He has a wrench, and it's because he is a mod. Zero incentive to work minimum wage when you're given it welfare programs. Doomed country. What you're referring to is called tall poppy syndrome, you get cut down. People are extremely jealous of others' success and feel entitled. It's a research phenomenon in Commonwealth countries. Because I'm your boss, back to work. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the welfare systems that you'll meet disincentivize people from working. Like in the UK, if you're on the bennies and you start making a little bit of money, they take you off the system, from what I understand. Which is crazy because the way that it should work, I would argue, is that if you're on the bennies and you get a job, you should lose some of the bennies, but depending on how much you're making, right? So they should go down as you start to make more money, not take you off immediately the moment you get a minimum wage job, because then why would you work then, right? BTK is super mod to protect us from Indian scammers. I have portable AC. Most of the news on UK is false. Which news? About the ACs being removed? You need a license to... Okay, in the UK. Your country is cooked. The UK has been going downhill for a long time, unfortunately, yes. BTKB hack YT, BTK nuke Bogdan. That's how it works for American disability payments. If you go and work while on them, do you mean that they take it all away, or does it slowly go down as you make more money? Look, they know those professions would leave them disabled and still did it. Well, okay, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Because I think being disabled is hard enough. Yeah, I mean, some jobs are more likely to leave you disabled, of course, but requires stone. Okay, so I can use this, right? Getting famous here just needs to be more controversial, but also wholesome. It's a toughie. Balancing wholesomeness and baseness is difficult. There's two programs. One, if you worked enough to be considered in the workforce for your age, you get your full payments for 5 months, regardless of how much you make. The other is mean tested. Okay. Why are you streaming on Kick? It's because it's a good platform for earnings. So on Twitch, YouTube, you can get some ads, and those are great. But on Kick, if you're a paid, oh my god. On Kick, if you're like affiliated or whatever the term is for Kick, what? I have stones, so I think I have to put them in the thing, don't I? So on Kick, if you become affiliated, they pay you for people watching. So if you have 100 people watching and you stream for an hour, they pay you $10. If you have 200 people watching, they pay you $20, and so on and so forth, which is pretty good, really, really good, on top of donations and memberships and stuff. Kick is the emergency plan B. Kick has gambling ads, etc. They can advertise more ads. The regular platforms won't take the risk. Yeah, so I mean, Kick is just a better source of income. Like, I see so many streamers right now considering just moving on to Kick pretty much full time, because they pay so well. We should all move to Monaco tax-free, baby. Yes, right now. Ooh, money. Hey man, do you have any book recommendations for learning C and C++? Don't do gambling, guys. Do not do gambling. Yes, go to my GitHub. If you look at my profile, there's a link to my GitHub, and I have books on there, and including books that I've read about programming. So you can see them right there. How far does it go? I don't know. Let's find out. KNR is a good one. I found KNR to be a bit weird. There's a second book on C that I have on my GitHub that I actually recommend people. I think it's like called like Effective C or something like that. I don't know. It's on the GitHub. I found it to be a lot easier to understand than K and R personally. At least that was my experience. Will you read Camp of the Saints? It's an old 70s book. I can look at it. I don't know what it is. Your videos motivate me to learn C. Thank you. You're very welcome, Louise. Or either Luis or Louis. Louis. I'll call you Louis. If you want to do gambling, do Balatro. I don't like any form of gambling. I do not. I'm not a fan. Disability is federal government is a federal program that comes out of income tax that mirrors the federal retirement system. It's a societal security administration, states-run welfare, some Fed funding. I believe Bogdan is a programmer when he does a medium or hard lead code live. That's how you can tell who the real programmers are. Well, I could just view the chats here. It might be easier. I don't understand any of this. Simplify it for me, please. I advise people start with A, then B, and then C. Yes, very basic advice. Yeah, C history name is a meme. You should do reading streams. That might be wholesome. They literally called it C because B was taken. Well, C is based on B. Disability is something you have to be approved for according to federal guidelines. Welfare is handed on a case-by-case basis with some influences by the federal government and funding. BTK is right. Some states do things like give apartments to people actively on bad stuff, which causes a lot of controversy. Balatro is a game you now know he goes outside. I've heard of Balatro, but I don't. It's too gambling adjacent. I don't like that. Not a huge fan. Like I'll take Kick's money when they give it to me, but I don't advise people get into gambling. It's not a good idea. I think I should start using the slingshot maybe. Oh my god. Okay, it works like that. I see. Still, you pull taxpayers' money from federal taxes, which is terrible. I don't want to pay for disabled people in California or some other boost that created this mess in the first place. You aren't understanding. Disabled people are only able to consider legally disabled by the federal government, so the same rules. American government is so... Okay. Let's not where's the... I think my chat is kind of behind a little bit. Sorry, just 2 seconds, guys. I'm just trying to quickly do something behind the scenes. Why can't I see? Okay. Scratcher, let's avoid naming those organizations, please. BTK-based machine. I feel like Scratcher is messaging, but for me, I can't see. Isn't it not wholesome? Yeah, I think this whole chat is so buggy. Like I'm trying to. I can't see some chats. You can't see my message because of my username. It's interesting. I can see his chats on some platforms, but not on others. Yo, screw, marry, kill. I mean, who are my options? Oh my god, bro. Very annoying bats. Who are between who and who? Yeah, if you use naughty words, you're gonna get bonked by the bot. It's kind of funny. FMK, but it's family members and there's no good answers. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, there's no good answers in that if you do the family edition of that. Never any good answers, I'm afraid. Keep it wholesome, Chungus. Yes, please. Your resolve for not swearing is impressive. I've never seen you close to saying it. I think I said it once on stream by accident. I'll tell you why I don't swear. So it's not because YouTube or whatever. The reason why I don't swear is because I believe the words have power. I think that words truly have power. And you should reserve words like that for very specific things. And even then, I don't know if I'd say them even then, right? No family, please. Yeah, let's not do that. Can we play Cards Against Humanity next stream, Kappa? Oh my god, that's like wholesome Chungus plus not swearing. Playing Cards Against Humanity is an impossible task. Yeah, so I try to limit how much I swear. I think it's no. I think it's a good idea to limit it and to reserve your powers for your I don't know, linguistic powers, your linguistic essence, whatever the term is. You should be very careful to not waste it. Okay, I think we gotta get out of here. Whew. Okay. I say them to send out negative energy and to assault people mentally. Love your spiritual talk / streams. Wholesome Chungus Wholesome Chungus Schmungus Among Us. Among Us? I think spirituality is important. I think that people, especially in today's society, tend to ignore the spiritual aspect of things. Like I was watching, Sylvan introduced me to EJ Fox, and he made this very interesting point about name magic and about the power of people saying your name, and that like people constantly saying your name gives you a kind of power that is very difficult to describe, very difficult to define. And thus words have power, and so we should be careful with how you spread that energy. I know it sounds very like LOL energy, like I get it, but just because you can't see something doesn't mean that these words don't have an effect that you don't necessarily understand. Most people are getting through life in a fashion that makes it so you can't really assault them mentally unless you are punching down in a way that is really uncouth. Not sure what that means. Can't remember if it's true, but there might be a study could have been fake, but an insult is the mental equivalent of a slap across the face of your brain. I think it makes sense, yeah. An insult does feel physical sometimes. Bobby, there's a word that oh my god, Scratcher. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Yeah, like I literally can't see. Like I can't see Scratcher's comments in my YouTube thing. This is ridiculous. My god. Let me try something else. Let me quickly try something. Yeah, why? Unless BTK, did you remove Scratcher's comment? because I can't see it. But yeah, Scratcher. Let's time out with those references. EJ Fox goated. Yeah, he's very smart bloke. If you're not casting spells on your enemies, what are you doing? Yes, very good question. It's a very good question. Name magic like Magic Mike? Yes, exactly like Magic Mike. Not just words, you can do gestures, like spitting on the ground or a thumbs down, and it's effective combat magic. You're on kick? No, you're not. Also, I just got... Why did my chats from kick not show up? Wait. Man, software is so good. I love software. It's the best. Hello, Natasha, and hello, Nuxia. I just saw the chats now. Oh my god. This unified thing should show... Also, you're not on Kick, you're on YouTube. Because I can't see you on Kick, but I can't see you on YouTube either. Software is great. Software is the best thing in the world. I love it. I'm casting a spell at computers. Is that what prompting is? I gave Scratcher a free pass because he's my favorite Scratcher. Right, but Scratch, let's keep it a bit wholesome. Let's not do N references. And if he does BTKB, remove the comment, please. I'm on Kick. Why can't you see my chats? Is it because of my name? It must be bugged. I'm on Kick. I mean, I can't see the chats, and the chat thing here says that you're on YouTube. So, I don't know. Whatever. Oh wait, BTKB was not a bot? No, he's a mod. I would never use OP combat spells like that during stream. Okay, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay, let's we finally got a backpack. Let's sell some of this stuff, and we're gonna go straight back into the dungeon. Let's get some more rocks. Okay. I'm a clawed instance. Yes. That's precisely what he is. Certainly, as an AI, I can... BTKB is a real human boy kappa. That he is. At least, I mean, I've never met him, so I assume he's a... Unironically, he could just be an instance of Claude bot or something. He's an open claw instance Bogdan set up 10 streams ago. Yes. I mean, unironically, I'd have a bit of a hard time figuring it out if he was or wasn't. We need wholesome Chungus spells. Unironically, yes. Look, there's already so much negativity, and I don't want to be that guy like positive vibes only. That's not what I mean. What I mean is there's already so much bad stuff out there that you also casting negative spells is not good for you. I cast bunnies for everything. Thank you, Neon and John. I'll call you Neon, like the cat. I'll call you Nyan, like the cat. I'm certainly a real boy. You have great insight on this topic. Thank you. I cast black mold growth in your bathroom. I mean, I think there's a bit of mold in this Airbnb in the corners by the window, unironically. So maybe it's already working. It's already working. Oh no. Enjan means Nyan cat in my language. Really? Am I being trolled here? Is that true? Is that true, chat? Does it mean Nyan cat in his language? Grok. Is that true, Grok? Also, I missed the neon cat era. It was very wholesome Chungus. I was also a lot younger, so there was that as well. I cast black mold to turn into pink mold to the core of the bathroom. Still as deadly, but now it's pink. It's a very common name in Persia. Okay. How do you say it though? Bogdan, where can I send you memes? I have tons of them. I'm good. I don't want Guna stream memes. Thank you very much. I also have my own meme folder. It's very wholesome. It's very wholesome. Very wholesome and very based. Nyan means me in my language. Also, Nyan cat was a vibe. Yes, very much so. I think the cat herself passed away at some point, which is very unwholesome, but what can you do? She remains in our memory. So I wonder if that website is still up, where you go on the website and it's like, you've Nyan'd for 10 minutes. And you leave it on and you see, you'd compare with your friends to see who's Nyan for longer. And it just plays in the background and it drives you slowly crazy over hours. Need to breathe. Can't wait for the Dark Chungus stream, Kappa. There will be no Dark Chungus stream, only wholesome Chungus stream. Did you see EU passed Chat Control 1.0 already after it failed 5 times before? Is that where they view our messages or something? And they're pushing for 2.0? I also have my study folder very based indeed. It's good to have a nice meme folder. You know, you're talking to a girl on Tinder, you're sending her memes. I've done that, it works really well. Assuming she finds your memes funny, which she may not. But then do you really want to date her? If you're not meme compatible, I don't think so. If you're not meme compatible, why even bother? Also, where they circumvent E2E. Yeah, I mean, that was always going to happen, unfortunately. That is what it is. I have an idea. How about you stream all classic from SNES, like X-Men, Mutant Apocalypse, or Battletoads and Battle Mix? I'd have to get an SNES. Obviously, I could emulate those, but I don't know if there's a legal way to do that. So I'd have to own an actual SNES to do that. But that's a good idea. I might do it when I go back to Romania. Is it just Scratcher, BTKB, and me? No, there's loads of people. There's just not, typically only some people chat, not everyone chats. That's not what Neon meant, not that kind of folder. Chat is botted Neon, screw the SNES. Mean girls are the best. Get a PlayStation Vita and emulate all those games. I used to have a PSP back in the day. That was very cool. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to have like a legal way of emulating them, because obviously you can if you can get the ROM, I could emulate them on my Mac without any problem. But if you're going to stream that, you have to do a wholesome chungus. So I'd have to figure out a way to do that in a wholesome chungus way, in a corporate-approved wholesome chungus way. If AI will be necessary for programming jobs, I'm not sure if I want to do that. We'll just be AI managers. I do agree on that, which is why I'm trying really hard to just do content instead. Yeah, I don't like the idea of becoming a chatbot babysitter, because it wouldn't just be that. You'd also be held accountable for the mistakes that the chatbot makes. So you'd be babysitting it, and you'd be accountable when it inevitably messes up. which does not sound like a good idea. Nintendo is going to do unwholesome stuff, yes. PS Vita is extremely easy to jailbreak and it's safe to stream. I believe just replace the 4GB storage with a 100GB modern storage SIM and emulate hundreds of games. I'll have to look at that. If emulation is there, been using Bogdan for my training models. Now that is very unwholesome. That is a very unwholesome, Chungus. Oh wow, the light is quite cool right now. The sun is setting, it's reflecting off a building. Can you see that? Oh, you can see, look at my face. Is the game paused? It is now. Wait, can I do a meme? Can I do a meme where I can do a face meme, right? And then we do source, video. I'll show you chat, I'll show you in a second. Oh no, wait, no, because then we lose the, let's go back here and let's duplicate this. Where is it? Duplicate, copy, paste. Okay, so we do this and then we do this. And now we hide that. Wait, we can't. Oh my God, this is a mess. This is actually. But now you can't see chat. Let me put it down here. Let me put it here. Can we hide? Oh, there we go. There we go. But why is the chat just, okay, anyway, look at that. Look at the light. Look at how absolute cinema the light looks like right now. So what should I do? Quit regarding what, programming? Look at my AI-generated Bogdan NFT, only 10 Bogdan coins. Go to low level. EHT happened? What is EHT? But look at this. Look at the light. Very, very pretty, very wholesome. You can see my chin. It's very nice. Do the absolute cinema pose. Absolute cinema. You think this field will be AI free? I don't think many fields will be AI free at all. Yes, quit programming. No. I don't think you should quit programming. I mean, I'm not quitting programming, but it is a reality. The fact that AI, I mean, it depends. No one knows for sure what the future has in store, right? We can, like, and humans are typically very bad at guessing the future. And so what you should do, no one really knows. But if you like programming, you should keep doing programming. Even if you don't want to do programming because of AI, having that skill is still going to be useful. Like, being able to think algorithmically and implement things and solve problems at scale is going to be a relevant skill no matter what you choose to do, right? Because if you know how to program, software engineering is not the only path. You can do back-end stuff, you can do DevOps, you can do data science, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't think that, even if AI keeps going in this direction, or even if companies keep using AI and you don't want to work as an engineer, those skills are still useful. It's not like they become useless just because your boss wants you to use AI. It should be, otherwise we would be introducing a lot of bugs that could wreck the hardware. I really think that in the future AI will just be a tool to be used but not forced upon you. So still do programming if you love it. I think that the cost of AI is just a lot higher than people thought it would be, which is why it was subsidized so heavily. so that companies were hoping that people will just use it, and then they hoped, when we increase the price, people will still want to keep using it. But once they increased the price, all of a sudden, most companies freaked out and went, maybe not. Maybe we don't want to do this. This is maybe a bad idea. So it's what's more likely to happen is the bubble pops, and as AI psychosis begins to calm down, I think many software positions will probably include some AI use, but I don't think it will be like as crazy as it is right now. I think a lot of CEOs and CTOs are going to calm down with all this use AI, right? Hey, AI, are you using enough AI? Like, I think it's going to turn into more like, we want you to use AI, but we want you to use as little AI as possible. And so the engineers that use as little AI as possible will likely be rewarded for it, which in reality means that you should just be a good engineer and then use AI as and when you need to, and you'll be fine. I suspect that that's what's going to happen, because AI is just super expensive. It's just the reality of that. And it's also impossible to calculate the cost of AI usage. How many prompts do you need to do? How many loops? How long do they loop around? There's too many uncertainties at play. And so my suspicion is that they'll go, hey, we give you $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month budget for AI, but if you don't use it all, you get a bonus or whatever. Like probably something like that is what might happen. AI will just be like these visual code tools in the future, that is. Yeah, I mean, right now, a lot of CTOs and like executives just have AI psychosis. They really want to replace people with these tools. But as it becomes evident that they can't do that, the tools will become more like actual tools as opposed to something to replace you. They'll still want to replace you, of course, but no one can promise you that 100 years from now, engineering will still exist. No one knows. But at least for the time being, it appears that AI tools can't really do our jobs, and they can't do them well. And whenever they can kind of do them, it's very expensive. And from a purely economic perspective, then it just makes more sense to just keep hiring good humans. Right now, we're just in the middle of the AI psychosis meme, but that will go away eventually, as the money runs out and as people wake up. Next time we should really ask, why should we do it next time we invent stuff? We invented AI because people want to give birth to God. Is the reason why we invented AI. That is the fantasy, right? Like, there are so many science fiction books based on this premise, this idea that we can give birth to God. And that goes beyond money, goes beyond anything, right? That's like ultimate, like, narcissism. It's just something that most people can never say that they've done, giving birth to God. And I think that's behind a lot of this psychosis. It's like, and of course, many people just like the idea of replacing their entire staff with chatbots. Even though, ironically, what would happen if you did that is that the company that owns a chatbot would just steal your business and they just do it for cheaper, right? But I guess people can't really think that far into the future, unfortunately. But they'll learn one way or another. Like, the people who have really bad psychosis right now will pay for it in the long term, even if it's just in extra costs. Like, if you're slopifying your code base right now, and it turns out that you made your bet too early and you can't replace your staff, you're going to be paying out the wazoo for engineers over the next few years. So I guess the market will punish those people. They made their bet too early. All right, Neon. have fun. Have fun sleeping. Hopefully one day we can birth God. Yes, that'd be very wholesome if we did that. But yeah, this seems to be the path right now. Although again, no one, like if someone tells you that they know for sure what's going to happen, they're kind of lying to you, because how could they, right? Like if they knew what was going to happen, they'd be too busy planning for it and not telling you about it, right? That's one way you can look at it. We got booties, chat. Tundra boots. 2+. Oh right, okay. Also, I forgot there's an adventurer guild that we can go talk to. Probably get missions from or whatever. But we should go to sleep because it's getting late. Mary beat you to 2,000 years ago. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? I think I saw a video. I don't remember who it was, but they were talking about how the reason why men are so obsessed with creating art is because we cannot give birth. And so the reason why some of the most prolific artists ever were always men is because we are trying to get close to the thing that women can just do naturally, which is give birth. Because of course we can never get there, but we can get close to it, kinda. I thought that was a very interesting idea. Okay, I'm back, Papa, to be your mod. I want to make Papa proud. Papa's very happy to hear that. But I suspect that this impulse to give birth, because I think this was based on something that, what was his face, that Spanish painter Picasso said, where he said that every artist has a soul of a woman, and that we have a desire to give birth to things. And it does kind of feel like that. It does, like when I released my first book, it did feel like something like birth. It felt like I was working on something and then I released that into the world. And so I think that this impulse to give birth to God is something that humans just at least men naturally have. We just have to express it in ways that the bookseller. Okay, let's see what he's up to. We just can't express it in the same way that women can, obviously. 'Cause we can't actually give birth. Hey, hi, hello, sup. Greetings, Ansh. Not gonna lie, I got diagnosed with agoraphobia for over 18 years already, and I don't see a bright future, only things that make me happy for now or today. I'm sorry to hear that. So do you not leave the house much? I think I've met someone with agoraphobia. I used to work at a supermarket in London, and the woman who I believe had agoraphobia, she looked very scared, and I approached her and I managed to calm her down, but she was having a panic attack because there were too many people around. I would rather birth art. The OG birth is icky, lol. Well, I mean, I assume you're a man. I don't know, maybe you're not. But at least for me, the only option is artistic birth, because I can't give birth otherwise. That concept is called womb envy. I think it was supposed to complement Freud's penis envy, maybe. But womb envy sounds very interesting. I think that there is truth to that. Stardew Valley with construction ambient is so peak. Do you mean the fan behind me? I mean, there's cars outside, but there's no construction going around. I am a man, a man's man, a man's man. Very good. I don't leave the house that often. On Tuesday, I went to the market and it was a struggle and I had a panic again. I had it under control, but with a toxic friendship that drained me, it came back. I'm sorry to hear that. I can't really imagine what that would be like to have to deal with that. Yeah, like I mean, do people, when you tell people this, do they start giving you examples of, like, do they say, oh yeah, I'm also kind of like, sometimes I don't want to leave the house. Do they do that? It seems, because it sounds a bit cringe if they do that. Sadly, I need to lock in for midterms, for mid-sems. See us, seek, enjoy. Thank you, Arch. Thank you for dropping in. Yeah, like I can't really relate with the Agora. I mean, no, like I tend to feel anxious a lot of the time, but I can't say I've ever, like, I don't like crowds, but I can't say that I have agoraphobia, no. But I do feel anxious around crowds a lot of the time. Where's the bookseller? Is he not in here? Also, what kind of books does he have? If we do Stardew Valley bookseller, where does he hang out? Oh, across the river over the Joja Mart. Okay. What's agoraphobia? It is the fear of like being outside, I guess. Would that be a or being around crowds? Would that be a good description? The friendship with the guy lasted for like 25 years, and it was mostly due to him just insulting me with really harsh stuff and how disabled and dumb I am. That doesn't sound like a friend, to be honest. Like sometimes you can get a bit like edgy with your friends and stuff, but that doesn't sound like a friend to me, at least. Are we on the right? I think we're on the right path. But I also get how, being in your position, you might have a hard time making friends, which I can relate to in the sense that I don't have many friends. I have a very hard time making new friends. Bookseller. Price catalog. Is this? I mean, first of all, I don't have anywhere near enough money for a lot of this. But price catalog. See, you can now see the value of your items. I guess that'd be useful if I want to sell them, if I want to know what to keep and what to throw away. But 3,000 seems like a lot. Seems like a lot. You are my friend, Papa. Yeah, there is something to be said about like, sort of like, was a parasocial sort of meme. I get that. Like I'll watch streamers and I feel like I'm friends with them. I think it's pretty natural to do that. It's basically being afraid of not getting out of unpleasant situations or even situations that are awkward. Afraid of not getting out of unpleasant situations. I mean, so the lady that I saw have the panic attack. Like she looked like she was in distress, and I tried to like help her a little bit, and I think she calmed down a bit. But yeah, like I think she was panicking because there were too many people around, which I'm guessing then also makes the panicking even worse because you're actively panicking. But are there any treatments for it? Like, can you just like, can you do something about it, or is it just not really treatable? I probably can't explain it well, sorry, but yeah, basically I reached rock bottom last year, and now I hope it's getting better at some point. But is there, and do excuse my ignorance on the topic, because I just don't know, but what can you do to fix it? Is it fixable, or what can you do to at least improve it? Is that something that is doable? Gotta wait for 2 hours to get in here. But I'm curious if it's dual, because at least for me, like I tend to have background anxiety a lot of the time. Like I just feel anxious naturally. I fidget quite a lot, and I find that there are things that do help my anxiety. Yes, you're right. It's many people, and the fact that you having it in public, it's fixable to a degree with exposure. You need to get out and control yourself with these situations. Is it a good idea for you to do this with other people with agoraphobia? So if you have like, or would that just make it worse? Like if there's two of you and one of you has a panic attack, would that trigger the other person? Would that make it worse for the other person? Or would you have to go people who don't have it, who can kind of calm you down? Wouldn't surprise me if they prescribe antidepressants for it. I don't know. I mean, I personally try to avoid any kind of, like if, I'll take antibiotics, but other than that, I kind of try to avoid medication. I even avoid painkillers whenever possible. Not a huge fan of medication. Hello from Finland. Hello. I was in Finland recently. I was in a Finnish forest very recently, actually, a couple of weeks ago. I spent midsummer in Finland. Antidepressants have saved my life, at least that's how I feel. I mean, I'm happy to hear that. I've heard very mixed opinions on people who've taken them. I take those, yeah, as many other people with these problems do. Really? I mean, if it helps, that's good. What kind of sword do I have? A steel 48 plus 2 speed. Where were you in Finland? I was in Helsinki and then in Espoo. It was very wholesome, very nice. There's actually a live stream on this channel on my YouTube where I'm live streaming in a forest in Finland. Yeah, it's really mixed. I mean, like if it helps, then that's fine. It's just that I've just seen too many instances of like people just being put on medication forever. Just keep taking this forever and what have you. And it's like, I don't know if I like that. There was the 482 speed. I can't say from experience because I had a group therapy and I didn't trigger my anxiety or panic when someone else had it, but I had it under control back then and tried to improve. So it sounds like this is the way to do it. Exposing yourself to these situations. Interesting. So at least there is a way to do it. I saw a video of a guy who was complaining about programming being now just AI management. It was very depressing. That's what I keep hearing as well. I mean, sorry, 1 second. I gotta quickly focus this for 2 seconds. A15 defense, pirate sword, cutlass, claim. I kind of like the claymore. We'll get the claymore. I want to get some tundra combat, amethyst. Let's get this as well. I mean, that's what I keep hearing about the AI industry right now, or the software engineering industry right now. I just bought a sword when I could have gotten this. Oh! I just spent $2,000 on a sword when I could have gotten this. And it's better. Oh my god. I mean, it's sort of better. We'll try both. Honestly, Craig helps, JK. For me, it really depends on what you do. If implementation really matters, then it's not the case. I think people don't realize how important that is, hence modern software. Yes, the problem is to find the right rhythm with that, because obviously just market. Okay, 1 second. So let me just answer the AI one. I just think that the method, the meta, is to just get good no matter what. I think that it's you can fall for this meme of it doesn't matter, everyone's using AI, whatever. But I think that being good is the meta still going forward. The problem is to find the right rhythm with that, because obviously just the market 5 kilometers away is safer to do than being in a big city you don't know and don't know how to get out of there. It's interesting. That makes sense. The meta is auto-accept and go to sleep. Just do whatever you're told and go to sleep. So, are you actively taking steps right now to expose yourself more to this stuff? Or do you have to wait in between sessions, or can you just spam exposure? Also, yeah, I am glad that I saved your life. I'm happy to hear that. I just can't relate in the sense that I don't think I've ever been depressed, and so I can't. Like, I always try not to talk about it purely because I don't think I can relate. All the way to the recovery, 100%. Yeah, so like I've had periods where I was sad or where things didn't go well, but I don't think I've ever had actual depression. It's also quite it's either uncommon in Eastern Europe or it's just undiagnosed, but you just don't really like. I noticed, looking back at my childhood, I noticed people who may have had depression, but that was always in a city. I never really saw people with those symptoms in a village where I also grew up. I don't know if there's something to that. Like, I don't know if being in a city makes it worse. I'm trying currently, yes, but it's hard due to hot summer. Usually it goes like that. Exposure, feel bad, get into the comfort zone, feel better, repeat. Yeah, that makes sense, unfortunately. Okay, so you can, but can you spam it? Or do you have to have a period in between? Yeah, that makes sense. Unfortunately, in my case, it was a chemical imbalance, 100% undiagnosed. My mom is Polish, and she says I'm too busy to be depressed. Yeah. That's generally the sentiment in Eastern Europe. Wait, oh. But I do wonder if city living contributes to this to some degree. I just never saw anyone who seemed depressed growing up in a village in Eastern Europe. Whereas I saw people in cities all the time who looked very depressed. At least looking back, they appear to have been depressed. I was too young back then to know what that would have looked like. Yeah, it depends on how exhausted you are. 2 months ago I tried to repair something and it was just a small thing and it took me 4 attempts until I finally got it. How exhausted you are. 2 months ago I tried to repair something. Can you clarify? I'm not sure what you mean. Wouldn't surprise me. Is that to do with being in cities? Because cities are unnatural. Like, cities are just weird and unnatural. You're surrounded by millions of strangers. You don't know them, they don't know you, they don't care about you. That just feels like a very unnatural spot to be in. I say as I'm in a city right now. But I never liked cities, primarily for that reason. Grew up in a small town, and when I first went to a big city, just driving through, I thought, this is so depressing. Like, what's the purpose of all these people? I don't know who any of these people are. Like, why do they exist? Like, it just felt strange that you could live in a place where you don't know everyone. Like in my in the village that I grew up in initially with my grandparents, the people there have an expression which is, like, if they see you and they don't know who you are, they'll ask, who do you belong to? To mean, what family, what clan do you belong to? And I always thought that was a lot more wholesome than just living in a city. I tried to repair something in the sink at home and I still started hyperventilating, then I stopped, went to my room and calmed down. I tried again like 10 minutes after. I see. So this can also happen when there aren't people around. I belong to Speak Machine Clan, to the Lotion Nation, yes. At least you're not procrastinating your exposure therapy, that's great. Interesting. I guess you could procrastinate it. Interesting. This is a very interesting world. Mayo Lotion Nation. We gotta make the mayo in the game first. I haven't forgotten about that goal. Make mayo. I hope it's in a bottle. If it's in a bottle, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be Lotion Nation all the way. One step at a time. Many people don't try, unfortunately. I mean, I can see how that would make you depressed as well. Like, I met this one woman in London who was, she was very depressed. Like, she wasn't taking care of herself for a while. Like, she would just have rubbish everywhere in her room, and it was impossible to talk to her. Like, she would leave the front door open, like just wide open at the house. And she was, looking back, she was very depressed. It's just, I couldn't see it at the time. And maybe I should have spoken, maybe I should have been nicer to her, but I mean, I guess if you do have a condition like this, you're more likely to become depressed and just kind of ignore it, I suppose. Let's go. Face reveal of my favorite cozy gamer. Very handsome face. Yes, it's not only around people. For me, it's also triggered when a conversation goes on for too long. I give my best, but I also went through dark times. When a conversation goes on for too long. Is this why you said earlier that you think you spam too much? Because you're afraid to not do that back to someone? Yeah, Speak Machine is a cozy streamer, so much better than the hyperbole of other channels. Should I become really hyper? Get some trap music going, some cool graphics. Welcome back to that. Should I be doing that? Would that be better? Would that be a more wholesome stream, chat? Looksmith, yes. Facts. You kind of look like El Presador right now. Who is El Presador? No motivation required. One of the internet's oldest characters. I can kind of see it as well. That's funny. Yeah, I can kind of see it. With the camera angle, look him up. I just did, yeah. When is Luke Smith going to meet Luke Smith? That's a very good question. Hopefully soon. But can we find the ladder to go to 55, please? Oh, I'm kind of risking it. I'm kind of risking it right now. Let's go back because we don't want to pass out before we get back to the farm, to Autismo Farms. He would run through trees and stuff. Huh. Sproke machine? What does that mean? I'd love to have a chat with Luke, but I'm not big enough to be noticed right now, I don't think. Yeah, I just hope I'm not a bothering factor to anyone, but about the panic trigger, I'm much more exhausted when I go to the market and expose myself to all those strangers. So regarding bothering people, you're not bothering me. If you're afraid of doing this IRL, you're gonna have to start looking for certain signs. So, if you're talking to someone and you're afraid that you're bothering them, you have to look for signs like, do they seem impatient all of a sudden? Do they seem like they're exasperated, like they want to get away? Are they giving you very short answers to questions? If that's happening, they might want to get away from you. In which case, you just let them be, right? I'm not sure how that would work on a stream. Maybe the streamer just wouldn't answer as many questions. They might ignore your questions, but even then, maybe just they don't see them, right? I didn't realize Luke Smith was a parody of Luke. I thought it was just Luke Smaxing plus Smith, which is a suffix you used for your names before. Yeah, it's like, it was like a 1st of April video, and I was like, I'll change my name to Looks Smith. This sounds like Luke Smith. I'll make a meme channel of Speak Machine. It shall be christened Slop Machine. Are we still in the back rooms today? No complaints on my behalf. But background looks HR approved. No. That was a different Airbnb. We are now in a different Airbnb. Although that was a very funny background. Sproke equals Sprite plus Coke. Neither of which I drink. I mean, I'll have Coke like a few times a year, and by that I mean Coca-Cola, not unwholesome activities. Let's put this. When are you getting a Discord? I'm trying to become more parasocial. Can't stream snipe you right now. I don't know when. The thing is, if I start a Discord, it becomes like a part-time job, because then I have to moderate it, because I'm still responsible for the stuff that people post on it. So Not anytime soon, I don't think. Like, I already have so much to do. I'm already kind of like, I didn't post as many videos as I wanted to this week on my channel. I need to make 2 more, maybe do one Friday, one Sunday, I don't know. But I'm already kind of falling behind a little bit on that. And so the idea of also having a Discord is, it's a bit much. It's too much to do. Wait, can I steal the torch? I can. Streams 100x better than videos. I agree. However, from YouTube's perspective, the way that you grow your stream is by having videos. Because, I mean, especially on Twitch, like Twitch doesn't really recommend, like it doesn't have an algorithm. So if you want to grow, you have to have traffic from other parts of the internet. So in order for this to grow, I also have to make videos. Because honestly, it's so much easier to just yap on camera and to not have to edit anything compared to making a video and editing it. So I concur, it's just, I have to do both. At least that's how the algorithm currently works. Hello, B Winter says, hello, YouTube BTKB. Oh, so you're, is that you, but you're also on Twitch? You can cut segments of this stream where you rant for a long time and make it a video. So I've been thinking about doing that. That's why I've been recording my streams recently. I've been thinking about making having sections of a stream where I go, right, I'm gonna let's record a video, right? Haha, yeah, mate. Okay, just wanted to double check. I wanted to do a thing where it's like, okay, I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna yap for a little bit. I'll ignore chat for a little bit, but then once the video is over, I can then interact with chat for a bit. So the video itself is like 10 to 12 minutes or something, and then I go through chat and I clarify on things in comments the chat says. Would you like for me to do that? I'm on Twitch as well, but there are too many ads, can't watch Twitch anymore. Do they have ads on my streams? I'm on Kick, not Twitch. BTK Claude instance, the other is fake. Just hire a clip wagey. I was considering doing that, but I don't know. I wanna, like, when you grow a business, which if you want to do something for a long time, you have to treat it like a business a little bit, right? You have to be careful not to expand too quickly. It's very tempting to just spend a lot of money because you feel like you're being productive when you're doing things, but then you can expand way too much, and all of a sudden you have too much cost. And that's something that I've done in the past with a different business. I expanded, like my costs went up way too quickly. So I gotta be careful. Like if I'm gonna hire someone to do clips or something, I have to be making enough money from this to be able to justify it. But I think that is a good meta. Doing videos on stream might just be a very good meta going forward. I think we'll do that tomorrow. That might be a good idea. Scratcher, are you saying there's some view botting going on? I'm not sure what you mean. I said it as a joke. I wouldn't be surprised if it were to happen. Twitch streams randomly get hijacked with followers and views. I have heard that that's a thing that happens on Twitch. Yeah, that like people will get like 50,000 viewers all of a sudden, and they're just being botted. That's not a very wholesome chungus, I'm afraid. Isn't that what the Primogen basically is going on? Is he being stream botted? His views are snippets of his streams. Yes, he did used to do that. I don't think he does that necessarily all the time now, but that would be cool to have chat in the corner, yapping about whatever I'm yapping about, and you guys can be in the video. I think that's the meta, especially if I'm going to stream for like a few hours every day, pretty much every day. I should probably start doing that. I do have a bunch of ideas for videos that I've yet to record, so I think we'll start doing that tomorrow. Yeah, his views are snippets of streams. Yeah, I would love to be in the video. It will help me show my crypto. Oh my god. Yeah, no. We won't be doing any of that. But I think that would be wholesome to do. Like, it might be funny to do snippets from like different streams. So like maybe for one stream I'm playing video games and talking about a subject. Maybe for another one I'm IRL and I'm just talking about some autistic Linux thing or computer thing. There's just like dozens of people around me who have no idea what I'm talking about. Speak coin incoming when? When that's after the OnlyFans. OnlyFans first, then crypto. That's the approved order. That's how you do it. That's how you maximize. Okay, I need to. I was watching you on Kick, from there I came here. Okay, that's cool. I'm really happy that I can multi-stream though, because until recently that wasn't really you couldn't really do that. But if I can do multiple platforms, like I don't have to have all my baskets in one platform like with YouTube. Because I was thinking about this, like when Sylvan got banned a while ago, I was thinking, okay, so what now? If he doesn't get his account back, what does he do, right? Like you can't, what are you gonna do? Go on Daily Motion or something? Like it's good to have alternatives and like different options, especially if you talk about, you know, somewhat based topics. I have a question. Go for it, Nah. What is your question? I am waiting with bated breath to hear your question. What do you think for YouTube video, if you are uploading Stardew Valley video, you think putting face cam in it is good or bad? I think it's good. It maximizes the parasocial aspect of the stream. I feel closer to the audience. I think the meta on YouTube now is to show your face. You can do it without showing your face, but if you really want to build a sense of community, it helps to show your face. Low-key missing the Mass Effect. Bro, you were complaining yesterday. You were like, oh, Mass Effect is so boring, ooh. And now you're like 24 hours later, you're like, oh, I kinda missed the Mass Effect stream. Don't worry, it's coming back. I want to finish the game. In Germany, there is a trend for e-celebs to release drinks. So, Sproke Machine when? I like that. Man, I'm getting Nivea sponsorships. I'm getting like Coke and Sprite sponsorship. This is great. I'm making so much money right now. I got a dwarf scroll. What is that? The local museum might want to know about this. Okay. Gunther. Sproke Machine coming soon. Yes, but what I heard like for stream is good for video. People look for the cozy gameplay and commentary, and face cam might hurt that. Well, I don't think so. I think because especially like if I'm gonna cut clips for YouTube to make videos out of, it's good to have my face in the corner. I guess some people, if they just want to watch gameplay with no commentary, they can go watch that. But gamer subs? Do you mean gamer subs? Sponsor web? Speak Machine alcohol is just fermented Nivea stirred with a copper straw. I heard that. I think that's true, chat. I think that's true. Raid Shadow Legends when? As soon as they offer me money? I don't know. Like, I heard they pay crazy amounts of money, and we can meme. We can go like, I've sold out, chat. I've sold out. I'm taking money from Raid Shadow Legends. Like, bro, if they give me like 50k to play it on stream or something, sure, let's go. Why not? I can literally buy a house in Romania for that money. Let me do the art for your gamer subs if you do get it. Okay, what kind of art would we have? We'd have to have a Mogger one. We'd have to have a bronze Mogger design. We'd have to have a Lotion Nation design. We'd have to have, I don't know, I gotta think about this. Trust me, I would do it right. You can't do color on the gamer subs. So then Silver Mogger? I wouldn't go in the sun for like a month, and I would become the Silver Mogger, and then we can do it. It needs to be a silhouette. Getting money for playing games, that sounds good. It does sound good. I mean, I got $10 minus YouTube's cut, so maybe like $7. I got $7 today on stream for a donation. Very, very cool. So technically, I am now a professional gamer. I am one of the very few people on this planet who have been paid money to play video games. So, professional streamer, professional gamer, 100%. 100%. Let me just check. Also, I just noticed first time chatter, likely ban evader, ban that. Also, like my kick chats should show in my thing here, but they may not be. I might have to fix that. But yeah, getting money for playing video games is pretty based. Although, here's the thing, right? I wouldn't recommend playing video games. Hear me out. Like, I'm playing video games professionally. Like, I'm playing them, like, I'm entertaining people right now. I used to play video games in my spare time, not so much anymore. I play them because they're just another layer of interacting with chat. I don't think that playing a bunch of video games all day is necessarily good for you, unless you have the time, which a lot of people don't, right? So, but you should watch my stream, that's okay, to unwind. You're allowed to do that. But playing video games all the time is not good for you. Like even myself, like I play them professionally, and I play them for like 3 hours a day tops. Not a donation is because viewer enjoyed you, but game dev companies paying for playing their games good. I mean, look, if Raid Shadow Legends gives me thousands of dollars to play the game, I'll do it. Why not? Because again, the game is not really the point of the stream, it's about interaction. So we can meme on the game as I play it. I get paid, they get promo, we meme on the game, it's great. But I wouldn't take money to just play any random game. All right, I'm back. What did I miss? We're talking about gamer subs and selling out. I'm seeing you getting famous, but I was there in the first 10k subs. You were there in the first 6,000 subs. Well done. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like again, if they paid me Monster Compendium Oh my god. How do I learn this? Do I just like learn it as a consumable? Oh my god, okay. I think we just did something really cool. I want to go back here in a second, but there's a loot to be had. I was there for the first 1K, never forget. I shan't scratch her, I shan't. Like I do think about it sometimes, like if I grow big, I'd have to figure out a way to keep the original people who've been watching close. Maybe like some of you guys will become mods, and so like you'll always have this little privileged spot. Play ASCII games in the terminal like roguelikes. That would be very interesting to do. I might actually do that. I would be first sell out. Hell yeah. I was there for the first. I've lent a quad helmet to my neighbor and hope he brings it back. I said it's 100 euros. I think his helmet's gone. He doesn't know it yet. I was the first mod, at least I think so. Don't forget me, Papa. You are the first mod. You are the first and only mod, at least right now. That's why I got a memorable name you will never forget. Twitch has VIPs it can give out, which is like a mod with no powers. I like that. The idea of like marking chat. The idea of like pointing out the people who've been around for a long time. Like even if you don't have mod powers, like that's really cool. Like someone who's been watching for so long that they get like a little badge. I've only seen you here, I think. Yeah, helmet gone. Yes, your helmet is gone. That's 100 euros gone by, I'm afraid. He's collecting viewers right now so he can farm us later. Yeah, I'm increasing the amount of social, whatever it's called, so that you feel more invested and you give me more money in the long run. Don't worry, I've got a plan. It's working out just fine. Oh, we got more stuff. Okay, what do we get now? We got a sword that is worse than what we have right now. Okay, that's funny. Oh, and we can do some fishing here. I see through it, yes. Also, hi, I've been enjoying your content for a bit, but this is my first live stream I've watched. Hello, Clippy. And you shan't have my data, but thank you. It's really funny, like, I keep forgetting that there's real people watching, because when you make content, like, I'm alone in a room right now, there's no one around me. And so it's easy to forget that there's real people watching my stuff. Yeah, haha, the streams are good timing-wise for me, but obviously work commitments may change. I'm still experimenting with the times. I think this is good, because I was thinking about, like, how can I cover the most ground, right? So if I do 5 p.m. in, like, UK time, that means that I get the evening for most people as they finish work, people come back from school, and there's evening time for Europe. And it's also, like, it's like early-ish for East Coast US. I don't know. It's difficult to time it. It's almost 12:15 a.m. for me. See you around. See you now. Thank you for joining. Look, Smith, please come to my... Whenever someone says come to my country, I gotta do an accent. Look, Smith, please come to my country. That I won't reveal, and I will stream snipe you, please. Good night, Na. I'm not a real person. I'm some dude in Mumbai pretending to be a European watching you. I'm neating right now, but your early ones were good. But later start probably good. Yeah, I mean, I did some ones around noon. I think those were just a bit too early. 24/7 will cover the most ground. I hope that helps. That's true. If I streamed 24/7, that would cover... Bro, why didn't the spooky thing help? Ah, my God. Wait, can we make... What can we make? Crafting. Sturdy ring. Cuts the... Oh? Ooh. 10 frozen tears. Okay, we gotta start saving the stuff from the oh my god, glowstone, solar essence. Okay, we gotta stop selling stuff and start hoarding stuff. Because there's some pretty based stuff in here that I need to... Okay, so I'm gonna make another chest though. Yeah, we can make another chest. Just the Reno. And put it right here. You need to refuel the crow. I'm sorry? Refuel it with what? Huh? Anyway, I gotta go for now, Looksmith. One for later. Thank you, Scratcher. I really appreciate it. We're probably gonna go on for another like 50 minutes or something. Then the stream will end anyway. But thank you for joining. Also, check out the clips on Twitch. I made some clips of some of your shenanigans in Minecraft. I think you might enjoy it. Okay, we want to sell some of this stuff, but we also gotta like, we want to go to the 7 a.m. Saturday. Are they even open? I don't think they're open on Saturday, are they? Are they? Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley. Oh, I can't source them anyway, so I gotta go back. While it's Java and a GUI, which is kind of cringe, Shattered Pixel Dungeon is a great intro to roguelikes if you've never played one. Shattered Pixel. That actually looks very cool. I'll have to look into it. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm unemployed, so basically doing all sorts of things until Speaker Machine starts streaming. It's also FOSS, very based. I mean, we joke about it, but it's funny. Like at some point when you grow big enough, you'll have people who like schedule their day around streams. Because I've done that. Like like when I really want to watch someone live, I'll kind of schedule things around them, which is very interesting to think about. Was that a squirrel? Huh. Also, I kind of like, I want to go in here to sell some stuff. I don't know. I don't want to waste the day though. Let's just go deeper. Is this fixed? Out of order. Okay. 60. GPL free, I just checked. Very cool. Very, very cool. I mean, it looks interesting. I do like that kind of game. I mean, obviously we're doing kind of a roguelike right now, but I have to be careful with how many games I get into, because like for example right now I gotta do Mass Effect, which I was playing yesterday. I gotta continue that. I want to finish that. We're also doing Minecraft. We're also doing Stardew Valley. We'll have to be careful not to get into too many games at once, but that would be interesting to play. I'll have to look at some gameplay of it, see how it actually works. Oh no, there's boys coming. But if it's FOSS, it's even better. We get to attract the Autismo crowd. Hey guys, it's FOSS! It's FOSS, guys! Also, it's pretty good because I don't have infinite money for video games. So it does help in that regard. There's an Android version, I play it all the time. Is there a Mac or Windows version of it? Mac ideally, but we can do Windows cross-platform as well. Because I'm actually playing on Mac OS right now, including Starfield and Mass Effect as well. Yes, perfect. Okay. I'm surprised just how far Mac has gone with gaming. Because obviously it's not. I mean, this is native right now because you can play natively on Mac. But I'm surprised that I was able to play Mass Effect and Starfield on my Mac, just using Wine and Linux. Very nice. I wasn't really into people who stream, but the interaction with people and the streamer himself is quite nice. Depends on the streamer. So yes, you do have some streamers who don't really do interaction. They just play. Those are the streamers that play because they're really good at a game, so they just focus on the game, and the interaction is more of a secondary thing. On this channel, or on this stream, it's more about the interaction, and the video game just serves as a way to make it to lubricate the experience a bit. I get to play a game. You guys get to watch. We get to chat. We get to have a little talk. It's great. I wish I would have started doing this a lot earlier. Wholesome maxing. I know, it's once you get the white hair, it's over. You're forever. I do wonder how I'll look as I get older, because obviously the hair is pretty much fully white right now, almost. I do wonder how it will look in like 20, 30 years. Who knows? Maybe the aliens will come and we'll never get to find out. We'll all be enslaved by the aliens. We'll be farming sludge all day. Maybe they can have streamers too. Maybe I can become a streamer for the aliens. Maybe that's the thing that I can do. Maybe they're watching right now. They're in their spaceship in orbit. They're watching me right now. They're laughing about it. They're thinking, ha 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 ha. He knows we're about to enslave all humanity. Ha 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 ha. He's gonna be our #1 streamer. Or the AI like the Matrix. Man, that would be meta. I can be a streamer in the Matrix. Oh, that'd be so meta. I just finished the free Body Problem web series. Do you know about that? I have the books, I believe. Although I've yet to start reading them. It's by that Chinese author, I believe, correct? So I don't know. I want to read the books first, but I didn't know there was a... By web series, do you mean like a TV series or what? Yeah, it's good. So I've been told. It's just... there's so much stuff out there, which is good if you're making content because you can talk about infinite stuff. But when it comes to consuming stuff, there's so much stuff. I'm just a little bit. I've got a list of things that I want to read, and a list of things that I want to watch. Oh, we made it 65. Okay, perfect. Oh, we can go outside and sell some stuff. Yes, 0. Go and sell. They're still open, right? Here we call it a web series. I don't know the difference between web series and TV series. Well, at this point, every series is a web series. There's no difference at this point. Do they have anything useful that I can purchase? 10% knockback, bit of defense, aquamarine, slingshot, Crystal dagger, can buy it back. Or get back the slingshot. I don't want to sell that. Maybe more knockback. That's pretty funny. I assume I can wear 2 of them. Yes. So how come you use a Mac? Okay, so I am a macOS peasant. Because, sorry, 1,000 slimes. That's not happening. So I'm a video editor. I'm a freelance video editor. That is my income. And when it comes to video editing from a laptop, MacBooks are unbeatable. The Mac hardware is peak, especially with the M chips. I've got an M4. Mac OS is stable. I don't like the direction that Mac OS is taking, but it's stable. And so I use DaVinci Resolve on Mac OS. It's stable and it works great. And so I have to use a Mac as a result. I'd love to be on Linux, but and yes, technically DaVinci Resolve does run on Linux. However, if you get any issues with it, good luck finding the reason why, right? And I can't call my client and say, sorry, my Arch installer is broken, let me call you back in a week. So therefore I have to have a Mac. And I'm grateful that at this point, crossover, Wine, and Parallels have gotten so good that I can essentially just play anything on a Mac, pretty much anything. I came across a reel where the guy was talking how the aliens might think that the cars are living beings and consume humans to live. I mean, I guess they might not have any context, right? I don't know, I think that if they're smart enough to traverse intergalactic distances, they can probably figure out the cars are transportation vehicles. But then again, when we think of aliens in ships because that's what we would do, right? We have ships. Maybe the aliens don't have ships, maybe they have something else. And the concept of building a machine and getting inside of it to move faster might just be way too complicated or way too foreign for them to understand. I have an older Dell Precision laptop with Rocky Linux 8 for it. That's the officially supported distro. Yep, I know, because I tried installing it on my ThinkPad. That is the officially supported one, but again, if I run into any issues, which I've never had on Mac plus DaVinci, I think it's crashed twice in 2 years. But if I get any issues on Rocky Linux, I'm cooked. What do I, who do I contact? It's just a problem. There's no reason for me to put myself through that. Can you talk some Asahi Linux? I tried Asahi Linux. I installed it on my previous MacBook about a year ago. It worked fine, but here's the problem. At least at the time, you couldn't encrypt your drive, which is a problem because if you do serious client work, I can't put, I can't not encrypt my drive. That's just a non-starter because I'm working with sensitive customer data. They'll send me footage. Maybe they accidentally film their credit card or their address or something, right? So I have to treat the footage that I get as potentially sensitive, all of it. And so I can't not have encryption. It's just not an option. So you have 2 laptops. Yes, I have a MacBook for work and streaming, and I have a ThinkPad just for casual browsing and stuff like that. It is a ThinkPad T480, very based, running Omachi. It's a bit cumbersome. I will say this, it's a bit cumbersome to have 2 different laptops as you travel as well. I am considering sending my laptop back home and my ThinkPad and running Windows and like a different user on my Mac. That could be a thing I could do. I'll have to see. But I do enjoy having some separation. Generally, it's a good idea if you're doing work for for clients. You want to have some separation between your personal laptop and your work laptop. That's generally a good idea. That's generally a very good idea. Like even if you're not looking at anything not safe for work, even if it's just like you want to separate your personal laptop from your work laptop, especially if your work laptop is a tax write-off. So then your work laptop is just for work. I have a T482, beautiful laptop. I installed a 4 terabyte SSD into it, and it worked. And then I went down to 1 terabyte because 4 terabyte was just overkill. And it has 32 gigs of RAM. It has the default card, network card. I don't really care about upgrading it because I don't need to. But it's a beautiful little laptop. I love it to death. I wish I could just have one laptop and just run Linux on it and just nothing else. But I'm not currently in a position where I can do that. Maybe if I can go full stream on full time with streaming and making content, then I can probably just have one laptop, maybe just get like a Linux machine. Even then, streaming on Linux, better touch and go still. Maybe someday, maybe one day, I'll be able to fulfill my dream of running Linux for everything. Like it's already tricky enough to stream on a Mac with crossover and parallels for Windows games. Adding Linux to the mix. Wrong level. But the T480, beautiful laptop, and it's so repairable and it's so upgradable. Like it's been years since I've been able to upgrade my laptop. I used to do that for my MacBooks back in the day. I used to have 2015 MacBook, and that was upgradable. But nowadays, like my M4, it's not upgradable. Like when this laptop dies, I'll have to trade it for parts. I won't be able to, if you replace the battery, maybe if that's the problem, but even then there's a cost. So the battery, who knows? It's complicated. Bro, have you switched to PC? No. I'm on Mac. Why would I go to PC? Now you gotta be DOS Dude 1 to upgrade a Mac. Is he like I don't know who that is. Is he like a computer wizard? Does he have like a what's it called? Oh my god, what am I saying? Is he like really good with a soldering iron? Is that what you're telling me? Like he can modify like that? Is that what I'm hearing? Is he a Lewis Rossman enjoyer? Where are you from? Try and guess, brand new. Then I'll tell you if you're right or not. Chat, don't tell him. He's a Mac wizard. I mean, kind of a funny name if that's the case. Shouldn't he be Mac Dude? Although it's pretty funny. he developed some of those exploits to run modern macOS on old Macs. Huh. I didn't know about that, because here's the thing. I was on an M1 MacBook until fairly recently, and I had to get an M4 because the battery was dying and it was emitting smoke. But otherwise, I would have held on to my M1 for as long as possible. But I've always had to upgrade every few years because of my work. So I've never encountered the world of running new macOS on old MacBooks. I've never had to experience that before. Although I used to be into Hackintosh back in the day. I used to do a lot of that. That was very fun. I couldn't afford a Mac, so I built my own PC and I installed macOS on it, and it kind of worked as well. Which ironically then got me into buying an actual MacBook at some point. So I think like Apple used to get mad about people doing Hackintoshes, but it was a pipeline. Now I've owned multiple MacBooks and multiple iPhones and multiple iPads and multiple Apple Watches, so they got me. They really did. So they knew all along. It was the Hackintosh to MacBook pipeline. Is your PC heating? I don't have a PC. Your Mac? No, it's just, I mean, it's a little bit warm, but it's a computer, you know? That's what they do. I mean, I was playing Starfield on Ultra on stream like a week ago on this Mac. That was crazy. It got really hot, like I had to go down to like medium after a while, but that actually worked for a while. The shadows were a bit weird because I was using Vine to run it, but ARM makes a lot less heat. Yes, they do. But I'm live streaming a video game and it's been hours, so it's gonna get a little bit, you know, like if I use my MacBook just for normal stuff, it doesn't really get hot. It's only when I'm doing heavy video editing, rendering, otherwise it doesn't really heat up. Yeah, some of the quietest machines I've ever had. I do like, I mean, look, Apple's goofed here and there a little bit with their hardware, but they make some of the best laptops out there now. They're very difficult. Like Microsoft trying to catch up with Surface, but you know they goofed a few years ago with the keyboards. But it's hard. Like every laptop manufacturer wants to be Apple now. Like every laptop is essentially a MacBook now. Lead rod. No, that's still way better. I think that Apple really nailed it with hardware, especially. You know, it's like how every phone is an iPhone now. A master slingshot. Does it still use stones? Yeah. Like every phone is now an iPhone because of their success, and they nailed it. My Dell Precision is so loud, it has dual coolers. For my laptop back in 2011, I had to buy a USB powered cooling platform for it because it would get so hot. I literally, I bought a platform that you put it on and then you plug the platform into the laptop, and I was using that to cool it because it used to get so hot. Windows 7 was was a bit too much for that little laptop. Those were the days, my God. I kind of missed that. Like, that laptop was terrible, but I have really good memories playing video games on it. Playing Mount and Blade and Mass Effect and the original, of course. The good thing is I've never seen it go over 75 Celsius. I mean, you'd hope that with dual coolers, you would never really have to go past 75. You'd hope so, at least. Is he throwing bones at me? How does that work? Wouldn't he run out of bones? He's removing like his There's someone outside shouting. The joys of living in a city. He removes his ribs and he throws them at me. The skeleton, that is. My 2013 MacBook used to hit 100 Celsius. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot, my guy. I mean, I think I had a 2013 MacBook as well. Yeah, I remember those. I mean, they would, 2013, 2015, they would get hot, and then the fans would start to spin, and they were so loud, it sounded like the laptop was taking off or something. It was great. I remember watching content back in the day. People would make videos on their 2015 MacBook, and they would start, the fans would start to turn so fast. It was like a helicopter taking off. It was great. Kind of missed that. Like, I like my M4, my silent M4. It doesn't really heat, but there's something about having like a tiny laptop that starts to float every time it gets a little bit warm. Something about that, you know. Maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm like the boomers going, oh, remember the good old days when I was 20. Maybe that's it. Made it to 75. Okay, perfect. Whew. And we made a lot of progress today. We talked about Linux and autism and agoraphobia, and we played Stardew Valley, and this is great. But I think the stream might have to come to a bit of an end. The T480 stays pretty cool. It does. It's not like, I think I also replaced the thermal paste with that special thermal pad that you're not supposed to be able to buy, but you can. Can't remember what it's called. But yeah, the CPU sits pretty chill. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome, Artifacts of Exile. You're welcome. Guys, I think we're going to end it. It's been like over 3 hours. We've had a bunch of fun. If you've enjoyed the stream, leave a 1 in the chat. We're going to start right there. Leave a 1 in the chat. Express your joy and your satisfaction that you've enjoyed the stream. I think I'm going to start making videos on stream. So tomorrow I'm going to be playing some other game. Maybe I want to make a video about one for Path of Exile. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing Path of Exile. I spoke about it earlier, but it's a massive commitment, and my core audience isn't quite responding well to it. So I don't think I'll be doing Path of Exile. I was going to do it today, but I decided against it. Sorry, not human. We're going to hold his hands. That's the thing. It's such a massive commitment to learn the game. But yeah, so I want to make a video on gaming. Let's play chill games, no worries. I appreciate it. Path of Exile is really too needing. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I want to make a video about gaming on Mac, and I think doing it on stream. I think we're gonna play more Mass Effect tomorrow, and I can make the video whilst on stream, and you guys can be in the video. You can be in the corner and chat, spamming away, but you have to be wholesome chungus if you're gonna do that. No unwholesomeness on the video. But yes. Thank you for watching. The name is Video Machine.